Oh, wait. Are we in there? All right. You got a stream from your end, just my five?
I believe so. I don't know if I did it right.
I know. I see you attached at the top, so I just want to make sure.
Oh, Puff and Paint.
Hmm.
You should have named it Puff and Paint.
We can always change it to Puff and Paint now. I can change that.
I think that's.
Oh yeah. We here.
So Puff and Paint is better instead of Smoking Paint. I think Puff and Paint is nice too. Okay.
Yeah, I like that ring.
We can do that. Hello. Welcome everyone. Hello. Let me make sure. There we go. Now I can see this chat here. Hey, Indigo. Look, you get it. Look, you helping me out this time. Medusa, hello. Welcome. I'm sorry, I was looking over here at this. Welcome to the Puff and Sip. Okay. Tony's screen and blacked out. Hopefully she'll be able to come back in. And then
I'm good. I'm here. I'm just typing and I got my mouth open, so I just want to finish.
Okay. No, you good. Welcome to everyone coming into the show. We have an extra guest today. You know, of course, it's myself, LadyLa. Then there's Toni Montana, and then we have JustMy5 Cents. Okay. And we are all going to be collectively painting and talking about JustMy5. You just watched the movie, so
yeah.
What's the name of this movie?
It is called Love. Friend, Lover, Stalker, something like that. No, Lover, Stalker, Killer.
Lover, Stalker, Killer. It's about somebody that was, I guess, venturing online.
Hey, chill.
Somebody venturing online to date, and it didn't go so well. We said we were going to talk about it this show, and so we are. And then there is what's the other? What is
Love
the other?
is Blind.
There we go. Love is Blind. I just got through binge watching all of that season 6 just yesterday and today. I did, and it was emotional. And I don't like myself after watching it. It really hurt my feelings a little bit watching that show. I'm getting my paint together. I think we all are. Salute. I don't know, because my emotions was everywhere watching. In the first 2 episodes, my emotions was already everywhere. I'm like, no, this is not okay.
It does that to you, darling.
I can see I'm already knowing I'm gonna have to redo my nails because every time I open a goddamn paint, it gets all up on my goddamn nail.
It happens. Right. I had some of my nails. I thought I didn't get a lot of paint on myself last time, but I did. I had a good little bit of paint on me. All right, I'm working on. I gotta lighten up some of my colors too. Y'all want to show y'all pictures? No. Yeah, because I can go ahead and highlight you real quick. Let's show Toni. Time putting you on the big screen. Let's go.
Okay, I know y'all can't really tell what it is yet, but we'll get there with love.
You're so silly.
There's a moon. There's a big heart filled with a lot of water and a lot of fire. And there's more water here.
Let's go. JustMy5, you ready, baby?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Honest Gemini all day.
Okay, we got to work on that lighting over there too with you, because I can see a little.
Oh, I can't see it.
Yeah, see me that light. Okay, so when we're doing these, we got to work on like kind of our outlines.
Hold on, Alexa, set the lamp to white. Okay. That better?
No, ma'am. I can see it. Can you guys see it in the chat room? How about that? We'll do it for the chat because this is for them. And then I know once you start painting in, they will be able to see it.
Yeah.
Chat. Welcome to everyone. Please do us a favor and smash the like button, share. If we are triple streaming right now, so those that are in my show, if you don't mind going to JustMy5's and hitting the like button, Tony's and hitting the like button. It doesn't matter where you stay in the chat.
Alexa, set the lamp to purple. God damn.
Okay, hold on. Let me move mine back, and then I'll show y'all mine. I'm sorry. It's working on.
Lance
Oh,
is
that's
all Lance
purple.
is purple.
I got purple in my hand that I was just trying to squirt out, but I was looking for the black. So this is my picture. Let me put me on the big screen here. There we go. So this is
Oh,
me. I drew
Oh
this
yeah.
morning. It was so cute. See, you know, you know, you know.
I'm
Don't do that. Don't be
sorry.
all that mushy gushy stuff. Now, I don't need
I'm
that.
sorry.
He is cute though. He is cute.
very cute.
Yes, Tony's live. JustMy5 is live, and I am live. Welcome to our puff and paint. Let me get my camera schedule here set here.
And see, I like it because it's animals. I was
Thank you,
outside playing.
Indigo.
I was outside playing with the neighbor's dogs earlier, and then took mine out to play with them.
What you do?
I said I like it because it's animals. I was outside playing with the neighbor's dogs earlier, and then I took my dogs outside to play with them.
Excuse me. I apologize. I apologize. It is showing me something that I did not ask for it to show. There we go. It fixed itself. Perfect. Wonderful. All right. Now I'm going to just blow this up to make sure we can all be seen. Tony is already jumping ahead of us. You see what I'm saying, Tony? Listen, Tony, slow down.
I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to start yet.
You okay? I'm just playing with you.
Okay.
Do your thing, boo.
Hey, Bando. Hey, girl. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate it.
Salute to everyone. Salute, salute, Bobby, Regis.
Cheers if you are having a sip with us.
I haven't looked at the chat yet, but hey,
Gotta look at that chat, JustMy5. Gotta look at that chat, girl. So you can see what's going on. And then and on top of that, now who's starting this off? JustMy5, because you freshly watched the movie, so you want to start off about this movie here?
Yeah, because
okay.
great. All right.
That movie was crazy, huh? What was his name? Because I don't ever remember people's name.
I can't remember his name, but I know that crazy bitch named Liz.
the crazy bitch named Liz. Okay, let's talk about this lady named Liz here.
A crazy bitch named Liz.
Okay, where do you want to start now? Because we talking like basically, you know how you guys get on social media sites or whatever. These are more like Tinder, I guess, Grind, whatever. I don't know whatever the accounts because I don't get on them Black Planet type stuff. Plenty of Fish, things like that. This is where this dude was looking for love, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, not exactly. He was looking for love.
Okay.
He was looking for lust.
Lust. I apologize. You are correct. He was looking for lust.
Yeah, he was just looking for a good time. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. He did say that.
And he let them know from jump that that's all he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so, he made, that's all he wanted. So he made his little profile on Plenty of Fish, right? He said the first day got no hits. Well, after a while, this lady named Terry hit him up.
Okay.
So back up, baby. This is not food. You can't have none, okay? So he's like, what's up? So they meet up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They chilling for a while or whatever, right? And he lets her know that he's not looking for anything serious. He's cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, bet. So after a while, he's a mechanic. Okay, so this lady comes to his shop, and her name is No, wait. He meets Liz first. That's Liz that what I'm talking about.
Liz, yes.
Mm-hmm. So Harry is the one that came to his shop, right? And he's just like, oh, she's pretty, like.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got with her. Well, no, at first he was like, let me be professional or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he on the site or whatever, and then he see this lady, and it's her. So he was like, hey, I know you. And she was like, I know you too. And so they hooked up. And then she said, she had came over his house or whatever. And so Liz shows up and she was like, you know what? I left something at your house. I need to come get it. So then
because Liz and him did talk briefly.
Wait,
right.
Hold on. Let's pause so everybody can make sure everybody understands. He met Liz on the dating site. They hooked up. They was getting it in. They were enjoying each other's company, right? On a surface level.
Right.
He went to work. He's under a car working. He sees Carrie.
Right.
And he's smitten from the minute he sees her.
Exactly.
So he gets out. He approaches her. But no, he didn't ask for her number or anything at that time.
Right. He's professional. He said.
Yeah,
she's my customer. I'm the manager. We're gonna leave it at that.
Right.
But then he got back on the dating site because even though he's entertaining Liz, it's not serious.
Right.
And they agreed. They both agreed to that.
Yeah.
That it wasn't gonna be serious. Correct.
So he got back on the dating site and he comes across the profile of the woman that he saw at his mechanic shop.
So then, after that, him and Carrie, which is the other woman, they got together. Okay. And after they got together, Liz shows up at his house one night and she was like, I left something at your house. I need to come get it.
It was the coat, right?
He never said.
Or something. I thought they said she left the coat, or she did leave something.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was a little bit awkward too. I'm not gonna lie. At that point, I was like, right, while he on a date, like, okay, so convenient. But go ahead.
Well, what I thought was crazy was that he had to have the other lady leave altogether for her to get whatever she wanted, instead of him saying, "What is it that you left? I'll go get it."
Yeah. But even crazier than that, you left something at this man's house. You left something at this man's house, and you got to show up in the middle of the night to come get it.
Right. Why do you have to come at the middle of the night? Salute 3,504 girl, Mr. himself. Salute Hood Therapy. Welcome to everyone in all streams.
Hello, everybody.
So how would y'all feel, like, before we even finish this, how would you feel if somebody pulled up, ex or a dude that you used to talk to, and he just so happens to pop up at your house late night while you just so happen to have someone else? What would your reaction be like? Would you send your person off?
Hell no.
To give them something, or just take it to them? Okay, yeah, break that down, because I mean, like, what would your response be?
Oh, I'm not even modded in your chat. I was trying to drop my link over here. Lord.
Hold on. Okay, type in here real quick and I can do it.
It's okay. Who's modded over here?
Just type 504 girl is. I just did Indigo is as well.
Okay. I think Indigo.
But I take them every show for the most part, and then I have to add it back because you know what page we're on. There we go. Perfect. Now you can do it.
That 504 says she dropping them. I'm in here now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What's going on, Beef Sector Podcast? Hello.
Let me share a real life story with you right quick, okay?
Hold on. We can't distract the people yet. I'm just playing.
Yeah, no, I was just asking about that scenario. We want to stay on this.
You did ask a question. You did. I'm sorry.
Okay. So she want to share a real life moment. Oh, here we go.
Let's go.
This dude that liked me, right? And he was married. So, I ain't giving him nothing because, nigga, you married.
Right.
So he show up at my crib one day, right? And by this time, I had a man. And my man was here. So I let him in. Come on in. I know you had. Yeah, I do. Bye.
It was an awkward moment, I'm sure.
Bye. Go home to your wife.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
So your dude didn't feel any type of way when you told him to come in?
No.
Okay.
Listen, let me tell you. When I'm with somebody, I'm with them, and they know I'm with them because I make sure they know I'm with them and only them.
That part. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so Tony, you said you not doing it, not fake. Would you ignore the call? Would you just throw their stuff out the door? What would you do?
First of all, I wouldn't have opened my door or answered the call.
Let's go.
Because why are you here? Excuse me. But even if, let's just say we were coming in or out and you're there, like, or you just won't stop calling or anything like that. No, I'm like, the more that you try to press me, the less that I'm gonna allow you. Yeah,
I'm not doing it. Okay, so I'll go with what you said.
Sheer pettiness.
I definitely wouldn't have let them in my house, if I did answer the door or respond.
And I definitely ain't telling my current company to leave so you can come
No.
in. Like,
I'm not going to send my current company, because first off, I feel like that would make your current company uncomfortable. And then they probably think it's something going on. Like, because why do you have to send them out? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Listen, if I'm with you, I'm gonna let you know everything. And if that means I got to let this nigga in the house to show him that you're here and you're mine, that's what I'm gonna do.
But the thing of it is this too, though. He wasn't with Carrie either. So she couldn't really be mad about it because
that's true.
They also had that understanding between them that it was casual for the most part, or they was just getting to know each other, or however you want to put it. You know what I mean? So they did have that understanding too. So she left, and I don't think that they had any problems behind it because they were still seeing each other after that.
Right.
But almost immediately, Liz started going after her.
Right.
Personal immediately.
Yeah.
Making threats.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Let's not even do that, because check this out.
Okay.
So after that encounter, he said they'd only seen each other for like a second, right?
Said they only knew each other for like a second. Is that what you said?
No, the two ladies, they only seen each other for a second.
Yeah, like in passing, right?
Yeah, while Liz was standing outside and Carrie was outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, a few days later, no, that night actually, he after Liz leaves, he calls Carrie and she was like, "All right, well, I'm halfway home, so why don't you just come to my house?" So that's what he did. So they feeling, right?
Turn the music down just like a
That's what I was good. Because listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm trying to get into it. I think it's messing up her sound. Go ahead, boo. Go ahead and say your thing now.
So they chilling for a few, they chilling, right? And a few days later, after that, then old dude, he gets a text from Carrie, and it says, "Let's move in together." So he texts her back. I thought we talked about this.
Oh wait, no. She was at his house. Remember when she told him that Carrie was at his house. He was at work, and she was at his house chilling. When he got that,
because he left her at the house because they had been talking and gotten comfortable around each other.
Yeah. And so, she was like, "Let's move in together," and he was like, "I thought we talked about this." And then she started sending him all kinds of crazy text messages, like "fuck you" and "you fucked up my life" and shit like that. So he goes back to his house at lunch, and all her shit is gone.
Now, for y'all in the audience, the person she's talking about now is girl number 2 that he met at the mechanic shop and online. They're having a good time and enjoying each other's company. And he went to work one day and she started texting him all this crazy shit.
So after that, like some crazy shit happened. Like he was she would send him all these crazy text messages all day and shit like that, right? And threatening him. And so one day he gets a visit from Liz saying that her car was keyed, right? And she was getting all kind of crazy messages. And Now this part I can't remember if she had moved it, if they had got back together first, or if they had got back together after this. But her clothes were cut up.
Okay, so the way I remember this, right? I remember him trying to sneak out the other girl because old girl, the ex girl, left her jacket or whatever. The first girl left her jacket, and then I think that he even said he explained it at some point. But then he said when he got back and was talking to the other girl, did we skip over the fact that aside from those regular messages or the moving in part of the threats and stuff coming and stay away? Well, never mind. I think I might be jumping because stay away from my messages.
She said stay away. Dave.
Thank you. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, I know that is kind of weird. I think that they bonded based off of the key getting the car getting scratched up and him trying to warn old girl basically of the other girl's threats.
Yeah, because that's what it was. At this point, he had gotten all them crazy messages from Carrie. She was gone. And then Liz shows up in the middle of the night or something and was like, my car got keyed. And while she was standing there telling him about her car, she starts getting crazy text messages.
Right.
Threatening her. So they get back together, right? And I think that's when her clothes got cut up. So Liz texts him, I can still get in the house. Okay. And so
Liz is something else.
He's worried. And so he starts telling his baby mom about this. What is her name?
The baby mother?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not necessarily sure what her name was because I don't, what I'm saying? It was just that they had children with each other and they were doing their co-parenting thing.
Right.
But I don't remember her name.
But okay, so the baby mama was like, look, I don't feel safe with my kids being there. So whenever you come to see them, you're gonna have to bring them to my shit, right? Now meanwhile, what's her name? Which one is it? Carrie goes missing. Carrie's mom puts out a missing persons on her. Right?
MPB, missing person report.
Carrie's mom puts out a missing persons on her. And so they come to Dave's house and he's like, no, I haven't seen her, But she's still, sending all these crazy messages and texts and shit, right?
Yeah.
So she sends a text to her mom after her mom put out the missing persons on her. She said, I'm not missing. I just don't want to come home right now.
I just don't want to be bothered. Right. I just want to be, yeah. I remember that.
And she left her son with the mom. Right? So then, after that, he's still getting crazy messages. She's still getting crazy messages. The clothes get cut up. She is telling him, like, she's actually sending text messages with descriptions of his customers that he's talking to at the moment. Okay, at his job.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about.
So he gets the police involved, and they're trying to figure out where the fuck she is watching him from.
Okay.
And they can't figure it out. Like, they cannot find her. Okay. Now, at some point, she starts texting the baby mom and threatening her to.
Definitely was threats on the baby mother, but I think that was that was after old girl went missing. You did say that. That is, yeah. Because then I think as a matter of fact, it was the threats on the baby mother, and then he ended up having to move, or wanted to move with the baby mother to make sure that he could protect his family.
Well, it was the cop that told him to do that.
Yeah, that was a
At
suggestion.
this point. That was when it started getting real intense. When she was calling people, because we're taking it easy on how at this time allegedly Carrie is calling people like 30 times back to back. People
over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous.
It was that bitch crazy.
The stalking was to a whole nother level. I tell you that.
It was worse than YouTube stalkers. I tell you that much.
I wouldn't know anything about it. So,
LadyLa, listen.
The other parts.
LadyLa, it was worse than that nigga. You know what I'm talking about.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
LadyLa.
I don't know who you talking about. But I want to talk about this lady and this crazy lady and her stalking now. Toni, what do you remember from this part? Like, I remember when they moved in, he moved in and he had that whole thing going on. Like I said, with his wife, and he had it was functioning, but then she started getting threats, and I think she wanted to split or something, right? To protect her children.
Yeah, at this point, hey Lottie Dottie, hey Viperlo, hey Cola. At this point,
hello everyone.
The police are really investigating at this point because Carrie has been gone for so long. So they're really like trying to figure out what happened to this lady. They're checking everything. And I think it was around this time because they really were, if I'm not mistaken, they was kind of looking at Liz, but they didn't really have no reason to.
Because Liz was the one that was being under attack too, correct? Like she was one of the people that was.
She was allegedly under attack as well. So that's how she kept him off her trail for so long. But at this point, I think they was looking at her a little crazy because what did she do? She burned down her house.
I was about to say, we skipped the part about the house being burned down. And first, old girl, she left. She left the dude and said she couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Because she had lost her burn. Matter of fact, when they pulled up to the burn or whatever, she was outside, said the kids were safe. They were not in the home at the time. And she said she couldn't take that and she had to move out of town and get away for her safety. And so he felt alone at that time. And that's when the stuff started happening.
The stalking had stopped for a while too, if I'm not mistaken, when she did that. Stop for a little while.
Now check this out. He moves out of town, right?
Hold on, you jumping. Because she's just going to the part about the whole house being burnt down and then that happening. And then she said she left. And then that's when the whole wife situation was supposed to go because I had jumped earlier. And then the wife was getting her threats and stuff. And then we know that the woman was the other woman came up missing.
Exactly. So I feel like there was another woman involved in this other than the wife, the Carrie, Liz. I feel like there was somebody else.
The mother.
The mother. Did he get back on the dating site?
Yes,
he did.
Now here's the thing.
Wait though. Wait. Because if you jump to him getting back on the dating site, you gotta we gotta remember the part where what happened where he had to I'm jumping. No, go ahead. Never mind. Don't let me say it. Okay. I'm anxious.
He gets back on the dating site, okay? And he finds this woman. And they're sending text messages back and forth. So they set up a date. So he's waiting at the restaurant and he's waiting and waiting and waiting. And then right as he's about to
that is ahead of time because that means we haven't even told the part about how he had to move to get away.
Oh yeah, he did.
Because he moved to get away from the crazy woman after, you know what I'm saying, everybody else is split and he was, there. He moved to try to relocate, you know what I'm saying, get himself a new job, make something better with himself. And he said he hadn't been received. That's when he said he hadn't been receiving something for a while. And then he went back on the site. And now let's go. Okay. Yeah.
So now he went back on the site. Okay, so he's texting this new woman and they set up a date, right? So he's waiting at the restaurant and waiting and waiting and waiting, and she never shows up. As soon as he's about to leave, he gets a message from her. She was like, "I'm running late. I'm on my way," but she still never showed up.
Never showed up. Just had him sitting there.
Now check this out. Whole time it was Liz.
But he started getting messages from Carrie while he was there too, didn't he? Or right after that time, he got a message from Carrie that was like, you know, it's still basically like it's still F you. You ruined my life and all of that.
I mean,
yeah. You know, you ruined my life and I'm gonna ruin yours.
Yeah, my bad. It was Carrie whole time. My bad.
Yeah, not Liz.
It's still Carrie.
Yeah. So all right. So he found that out, right? And in the meantime,
no, I know he found out. It was how she messaged when she messaged and said, like, yeah, it's me. While he was at the restaurant, like, ain't no date.
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
No date.
He said, it's Carrie. Fuck you. I mean, he Liz, Carrie. He said, it's Carrie. Fuck you. Woo!
I don't know. Just went off. And so that's where he said he realized that he messed up, because when he jumped back on that site, he dropped his new location. And he hadn't been harassed, so she didn't know where he was in the world. But when he did that dating thing, she finally knew where he was again.
And she was sending emails to people and everything this whole time.
So he now there's a police call. A woman gets shot, and it turns out that it's Liz that got shot. Right?
But when she got shot, she made it seem like she was in the woods running away. It was somebody coming after her, fearing for her life type deal.
So they get back together after this shooting, right? And then after that, wait a minute, what happened after that?
I'm about to spark up while you think about what happened after. Your camera gets
I remember a little bit after that, but was it that they got back together after that when the shooting? Because I thought that's when everything unfolded.
They got back together because
together after the fire. I thought no, it was something that pushed them back together. Let me see. Oh, gee, I watched this documentary.
But the shooting, I think, is when they had her in holding her, wasn't it? And they was asking questions and
yeah. So they had already been back together after that.
This junk is crazy.
Because at that point, all right, it was at this around this point. I'm sitting here like, I should be Liz this whole time. And I was like, nah, I'm tripping. Bitch, she was Liz the whole time. Liz set her own house on fire. Liz shot herself. Liz was sending threatening messages to herself. Liz was sending threatening messages to him. Liz was sending threatening messages to his baby mama.
His mama.
A lot.
She was messaging the girl's mom too.
Yep. She was doing a whole lot of messaging. Now, before you say it was Liz the whole time, let's not forget that Liz is the one who, when that lady went missing, what's the other lady's name?
Carrie.
Liz is also the reason why Carrie went missing, and Carrie was gone.
But how they found out was crazy, right? But dig this. When Liz moved, the only reason why they were able to figure out it was Liz
going to her boyfriend, that dude's house, the tech dude, right?
Yeah, but the reason why how they found how the guy found her tech boyfriend was because basically at this point, I think he hired a private detective or something.
Investigator, something like that. Yeah.
That person knew a forensics investigator or somebody that was into. He did a lot of web sleuthing. Basically, he did coding. He understood codes and all of that stuff. And so he starts researching the what's it called? Your internet address.
IP address.
He starts researching the IP addresses that were attached to all the emails, right? And it was this y'all, oh my God, the way that he broke this down was like there's billions and billions and billions and billions and billions.
Yes.
He had to basically create a program that would find the commonalities in these IP addresses.
Mm-hmm.
And he got it down to like 5 from a whole bunch of different ones. He got it down to like 5. Once he got it down to 5, he got it down to like the region he was looking for or something like that. Anyway, y'all, when he finished and he got to the IP address that was the main one and he tracked it, it tracked to his co-worker's house.
Let's go.
His words were, well, you know, he gave the guy's name and he said, but it went to his IP address, but I'm his boss.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we got a question in the chat. What show are we talking about? We're talking about Lover, Killer, Stalker. It's on Netflix.
And it's really good.
So they questioned this man. And he was like, well, yeah, you know, my girlfriend has been using my computer since her house burned down.
Burned down.
Goodness. And her name is
Liz. A man the whole time.
Crazy.
So now they're like, okay, this is lit. So now they're checking Carrie's car and everything because Carrie is still missing, right? They're checking Carrie's car and everything. They're checking for blood stains. They can't find no blood stains.
Splatters, right? Anything.
So they start taking the upholstery apart. In the driver's seat, they didn't find anything. In the passenger seat, the foam underneath the upholstery, there was a bunch of blood. Right?
Like in the cushion.
Yeah. They still never found her body.
Nope.
So how they found out that she was actually dead though was they were going through Liz's photos, I think, on her computer. I think she tried to wipe everything, but there was like some photos and stuff that she still had. And he gets to one photo and he sees what looks like a foot.
Well, wait a minute, because they had went to Dave. They went to Dave and they were like, well, is there anything that you can think of, any electronics that you can think of that you haven't given to us? And he was like, wait a minute. He went to his storage and got this old tablet. And then they saw the SD card in the tablet, which was white, but they could go back on the history and see what was deleted. Now go ahead.
Okay. So they end up finding this random picture. And I think it was was it the same guy or was it the detective? I don't know. Somebody that was looking into it found this picture of what looked like a foot. And the picture was not a great picture. But something about it, it looked like the way the picture was taken, he was like, that's probably a foot of a dead person.
It was veins. It was the veins. He was watching a show and they were talking about how the veins puddle up when you die.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So he shows the foot also had a tattoo on it. So he shows the foot to Carrie's mom. And she identified her daughter by the tattoo on her foot.
Yep. That's sad. The girl was dead.
The whole time.
So they charged Liz with murder. And I think they were thinking they were going to have a hard time proving it, which they probably would have. But for what was the thing? I can't think of what the linchpin was like. That was like the thing that was like, yeah, you can't deny that. Oh, because the blood. They connected, or no, it wasn't the blood. There was something that belonged to Liz that they found in Carrie's car. I can't remember what it was though.
I don't even remember. But I know I'm glad that they hemmed her up though.
Something very
that's some maniac stuff.
That shit crazy. Now,
poor Carrie, all she was doing was having a good time with this new man that she met, enjoying his company, and little did she know he got a crazy ass bitch that's obsessed with him and willing to commit murder in order to keep him.
Whew.
Yeah. Listen,
That's heavy.
The point
Think
is,
about that.
Tinder.
What happened?
The point is, stay your ass off a Tinder. I mean, no, Plenty of Fish. That was Plenty of Fish.
It was POF. There's gonna be some people going on there now, and they're gonna run into a carrier too. Bless y'all hearts.
Well, let's not act like we can't run into one right here in the street in broad daylight.
You sure can.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
I think that was just a lot. That was a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm over here into it.
Me too.
So I realized. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say that was the dark side of love.
Mm-hmm.
It can get a little dark sometimes.
Yes.
And it's a bit. But
it can get dark.
Love is Blind is the other show we were going to discuss.
I like that. I like that show because it was emotional. See, now I gotta take a smoke break. I like that show because it was emotional. But then I didn't like the show because it was emotional. And then I had a lot going on during that show. How far were you able to get JustMy5?
Well, shit. My adrenaline was going after the movie, and I took a nap.
Okay. So this one's gonna be new here, and this one it's more than 6 seasons. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna go back and watch the other ones. Just because that last one had me going, and then I seen some of the people in the reunion or whatnot. But
I'm drinking Rosé Regis. I need to stop telling what I drink on this internet, though.
That's true.
Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh, wait. Oh, she said it was a thumbprint that they found.
Was it the thumbprint?
It was.
See,
my bad.
I just was glad that they were able to track it the way that they were, because she would have got away with all of that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that she would have did something to his baby mother, probably his children. Like, she was really a loose cannon. The fact that she waited for so long and then was able to track him down, waited for this man to get back on the doggone dating app just to track him down and pretend to be somebody else to go on a date with him.
Oh, wait a minute. We forgot all about the part where the baby mama was at the park with the kids and got a text saying, your son is on the slide and you're pushing your daughter on the swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cop advised him to move back in.
That's why they did that, because of that right there. Yeah.
The cop advised him to move back in with his baby mama. The cop had a motive for that, because after that they started getting really emotional phone calls from her,
he said it was sent her in a frenzy. That way they'd be able to, track her or try to find her or something.
So
sent her into something.
She had started when they had her in for questioning, something happened.
No, that's what happened. When he moved back in, that's when the whole shot in the woods thing happened. And then they were able to pull her in and see what the heck was going on.
Yeah, that's when she got real dramatic at that point, for sure. But so, let me tell y'all what the basis of Love is Blind is about, because I know everybody don't watch it. Hi, Stalker. Everybody don't watch it, but the basis of the show is where people basically find love without seeing each other. That's the basis of the show. So they pick all these single people, men and women, to come and live in these in one place. Basically, all the women are on one side, all the men are on the other side. They meet up and have these dates in what they call pods. which are separate rooms, really cozy. They have, like a couch, and it's like a nice little ambiance going, and it's this big wall in between you and the person you're talking to. You can hear them, but you cannot see them. You're not supposed to talk about what you look like, but I don't ever hear them give like specific rules.
Right.
But basically you talk and you get to know people, and it starts out like a speed dating thing almost, because it's every man for himself, every woman for herself. So it could be 20 men and 20 women, and you're just talking to everybody to kind of see who you're gonna mesh with. Once you start meshing, then you start planning your dates more exclusively with this person, that you kind of set your sights on. Now, I've watched all 6 seasons, and what usually happens, and it's usually one-sided, is more for the men. There's usually an option for them, and the women are usually the ones kind of waiting to be picked.
They get hung up on one dude.
Yeah, the women get to liking one person, and it always starts out where everybody's rooting for everyone to fall in love. It always starts out that way. But as time goes on and people start picking and choosing, people start either getting tight-lipped about who they're, kind of have their sights set on. Like the first couple of days, everybody's like, "Oh, Dave is so nice. Ooh, what about awesome? What about Peter? Oh, Peter's so great. He would be great for you." Da 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 da. They're doing all of that at first, and then are choosing. Then everybody be in that mug looking at each other with the side eye, like,
it's like, you talking to my man.
And then that's how women are, baby. The daggers start flying and all of that, and they have to live together until the end of this. Okay, so like I said, there's usually a man that has an option. Occasionally, you'll have a woman that has an option, and occasionally you'll have a man and a woman who both have options, who choose each other. So
right.
So this season, y'all gonna have to forgive us about these names. Matter of fact, let me look up some names.
Please look them up, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't remember not many of them unless you say them. It was more
I'm really bad about remembering names from these types of shows.
Clay, AD all day. Who the dude was his name? Steve or some jump? The one that I don't even want to jump ahead. He made me mad. I tell you that. I don't know what his name is. We're gonna look up the cast.
Yeah. All right. So Brittany. Poor Brittany.
Not poor Brittany.
I'm gonna show y'all who Brittany is. Y'all can see. This is Brittany. Okay. Cute chick. I think she was from the South, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't know she was 25. She actually looked much older than 25. I'm just saying, she did. This is Alejandra. She didn't get picked, so we're gonna move on from her.
I would say Brittany didn't get picked neither, though, right? Because I don't. Yeah,
Brittany is the one that married the guy with the braids.
What?
Brittany is the one that married the big dude with the braids. You forgot all about him, didn't you?
You're talking about season 6.
Yes.
I don't remember no
interracial couple, honey.
Was she marry him?
She was going to.
Yes.
Only two couples made it to the altar this year.
Don't make me cry right now.
So this is AD, stacked like a brick house, heavy ass eyelashes.
Yes.
Not heavy eyelashes.
Very heavy.
Them eyelashes, baby.
It was the altar for me. Never mind. You know what? Let me hush.
This is Sarah Ann. She's a cute girl.
Cute little Sarah Ann.
Let me see. Some of these people didn't make it, so they didn't even get dates on the show, so we're not going to mention it. This is Laura.
Let's go, Laura.
This is our girl, Jessica. Jessica was a firecracker, baby.
Jessica
okay.
Say you're gonna need your EpiPen.
This is big head ass Chelsea.
Let's go.
Big head ass Chelsea. All right.
That's Chelsea. I think there was a Chelsea on last season too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh Lord.
Hold on, let me scroll past all these people that
they didn't get that.
This is Matthew. He was one of AD's picks pretty early on.
Did I say Steve? I called that man Steve. That's what he get. It didn't even matter.
With the braids that I was talking about. His name is
the teacher,
Kenneth.
the principal, middle school principal.
Yep.
Why do you look like Tom Barker though?
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, Tony. Before we even get into this story, did the principal? What's his name?
Kenneth.
Did Kenneth give you tambourine player vibes? Just a question.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. And I don't know if you caught on the reunion when they had showed him or had him come out that they panned to a man smiling bright as I don't know what. I was like,
I didn't finish the reunion.
Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you then. That was just the part where they came and they.
You can tell me. I only have like maybe 20 minutes left, but I didn't get to him. Anything about?
Oh, that was in the beginning. So if you got 20 minutes left, that happened in the beginning. You might want to go back when he come out. You know how shady the TV is.
This is Jimmy. Jimmy
was something else. Yeah.
I can't stand a man that wears dress shoes and no socks.
This is Clay.
Clay was handsome as child. I'll get out.
He was fine.
Nice chocolate. Nice chocolate.
This is Trevor. My God, Trevor had some mess going on, honey. It's Trevor.
Man. So you saw that on the reunion?
You see his mullet. He's proud of his mullet.
He is proud of his mullet. Yes, he is. Proud mullet wearer.
Not Drake, honey. I ain't even know it was nobody named Drake. Damn, who was Ariel? They ain't choose him, girl. How he get left behind?
There's been a lot of people that just wasn't. Yeah, I saw him, but he was not. Yeah, they never went to his pod. I guess he never made any matches. It wasn't good enough.
This is Jeremy with an A.
Yes.
Jeremy.
Now, after his mama named him Jeremy, how many family members called him Jeremy?
No.
This is Johnny. This is Johnny, guys.
Wait, show Johnny again.
Johnny is the only one in.
Oh yeah. Johnny.
I didn't even show his girl. Hold on, let me go back and show
his lady, his woman.
What was her name?
That's a good question. That's sad. We don't even know.
Oh, here she is. Amy. This is Amy. That's Johnny's counterpart. Okay, I think that's everybody.
Now, wait a minute. I got a question. Because they're not seeing each other, right? So they're choosing each other strictly off of personality?
Yes. Personality. Between the wall, going in the room.
So if you're on a show and nobody's seeing you and you get and you don't get chose strictly off of your personality, you need to go home and reevaluate some shit.
Ooh.
Well, the thing of it is they only have a limited amount of time to partner up. And at the end of them choosing somebody, it's literally them proposing to this person.
Right. The show is about getting married. Right. Can you really see yourself getting married? Is love blind? Can you see yourself getting married off of this, limited time to get to know each other? But there's levels to it. There's levels to it. The proposal part was based on just, you know what I'm saying, in separate rooms. And I like the fact that when they did do their dating, that they that like it would be food on the other person's side, or they have food together and they eating the same thing, have the same things.
Stuff.
Yes, it was cute. That was cute to me.
That was really cute. So once you propose or get proposed to, then like the next day there's a reveal and you get to finally see this person that you've chosen or that chose you. You apparently got to choose each other because you got to say yes. I mean, so they meet each other for the first time, and then after all the couples have matched up, they whisk everybody away for a romantic getaway to some beautiful place where they can drink and, you know, hang out with each other and hang out with their new partner and meet all these. So basically, all the women get to see some of the men, or maybe one man they didn't choose, depending on who actually gets to go, right? So you may or may not see someone you were dating at some point while you're with your chosen person.
Right.
When you get to this beautiful island or wherever they take you, destination.
And mind you, it's like what, 2 or 3 days, and they're together as couples, so to see how they can deal with each other together. And I mean, it was some ups and downs too on that trip as well.
Absolutely. So one of the things that stood out to me the most about when they met each other was basically how everybody was just, well, how Jimmy specifically was just shook by AD, baby. He was like, whoa.
Not Jimmy, you talking about Clay?
No, I'm talking about, okay.
You're talking about on the trip. Okay, no. I got you. When Jimmy saw her and then he made that compliment.
Yeah, but I went too fast because I didn't talk about any of them meeting each other for the first time face to face.
Right.
Clay and AD were, okay. Let me go back to the pod. AD, which is the chocolate Barbie I showed y'all. She was in between two men, Clay and
Matthew,
right? And Matthew in the pods with the other guys, or in the, you know, the dorm or whatever with the other men, he was very tight-lipped about everything. He was not friendly at all, wouldn't talk to anybody, you know, to himself, right? But when he was talking to AD, he just opened up. He was like a whole other person, you know?
Yes.
So,
and hold on, let's start off now. Because Matthew, first off, when I didn't think that Matthew was going to survive. Let me go ahead and take my smoke break because Matthew just blew me. Matthew gets in the room as far as the dating is concerned, and Matthew was like, listen, I got like a 10-page 40 questions thing going on here. I'm going to do all of the asking questions. And so and they were showing him in different rooms with certain women, and it was crazy how he was asking questions, and if they didn't answer the question right, Matthew was done. It's a wrap. Like one woman said, he said, pick a number between 1 through 10 and I'll give you one of the questions. So she was like 4. He was like, pick another number. That number's been picked too many times. You know what? I'm like, child, no. And how dare, and don't ever, try to ask him a question, because he wasn't answering questions. He said, I'm doing the asking of questions. But he did just so happen to get with AD, and AD flipped him around, like, got him talking. So go ahead, Toni. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I was going to say, so she was liking Matthew, and then she met Clay, who she also liked. But Clay was giving her the vibes of like the typical man that she would just date in the real world. Like she had a general idea of what he looked like based on the things he was saying about himself. Because, you know, humility was definitely not Clay's strong suit.
No.
Whereas Matthew was opening up to her and being very sensitive and, you know, taking it pretty seriously. And not saying that Clay wasn't,
but yeah,
taking it seriously, but he was more concerned with letting her know he was a ladies' man. You know, he got a bag. He's used to basically getting whatever he wants. trying not to be so shallow, which is why he's here, you know, trying to find out if love is blind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually AD starts warming up to Clay. Well, she was already warm to him, but then she starts actually considering him because he shared some things with her, like about his childhood and, you know, all of these things about, you know, how he feels about love.
His
and dating.
communication was getting better. Yes.
Yeah, he started doing a really good job of trying to open up to her. So she, you know, let him in. She was still entertaining Matthew. At the time. But she was taking Clay seriously. I don't remember Clay really talking to anybody other than her. Was he?
No. Well, no. Did they show him with somebody else? Or
I don't remember him talking to anybody else.
If he did talk to somebody else, it didn't matter.
Yeah, they didn't really show it. So she was really his person of interest. He was talking to somebody else.
I don't remember who though.
It doesn't matter. You're right. So it comes to a point. I'm just gonna go through each little couple instead of like breaking up the whole show. It comes to a point where basically Clay was like kind of letting it be known that he was interested in choosing her, but then he starts asking her. He starts saying something about, well, you know, if you're not built like this, if you don't look like this, then I can't be.
And she would not tell him what she looked like.
She wouldn't tell him what she looked like. She was upset. She felt like it was very shallow, and she left the pod.
Yeah,
but she was hurt behind it, which is why I knew she was gonna choose him anyway.
She was hurt, but I like how when she came back, remember they ended up having a conversation, but she was talking. She started like spilling her beans about how she had another connection, and then they had that heated argument.
Yeah, she told him, "Listen, you in here playing and worried about what I look like, and there's somebody in here that already done chose me."
And he was too busy screaming, "Well, I ain't gonna marry you if I don't know what you look like." And so she was like, "That's the purpose."
She tells him it's Matthew.
Yep.
Because he wanted to know who it was so bad.
And he was so upset. Like, that's who you choosing?
Yes, baby.
Yes.
And he was just like, listen, I don't even know why you would entertain him. He's not a nice guy. He's, you know, he's not for you. Like, you're going to regret this. And Like, he was giving her all kind of work about it. And so she's crying and being apologetic when she really has no reason to be.
Yeah.
Ladies, that's the key, that you know you're dealing with a narcissist.
Hello.
When you find yourself apologizing for things you didn't do. Yeah. Remember that. Anyway, so I need to get a little closer so y'all can see. So anyway, she tells him that he goes back into the place where all the men are, and he's livid. He's so mad. But then he couldn't do nothing about it. But cry. And remember, he started crying, and homeboy was looking at him.
He got emotional because he was like, "Yeah, it's hard to open up, and he don't do that normally." And yeah, they was all consoling and talking to him in the pod, in the male pod.
Yeah, he was like, "I opened up to her. I told her this. I told her that."
But see, he got to realize that what attracted her to him was his vulnerability. And then when he started, you know, you got to look like this. I ain't going to marry you. Then that was a whole different person.
Exactly. Or was it? Or was that his true self?
Or was it?
There you go.
Because it could have definitely been his true self. You know what? And well, because if I jump, never mind. Go ahead.
Because you can think about how easy it is to be someone else when there's no one to look you in your eye.
You just sit over there and make up anything. Like how are we talking about Matthew?
At the moment I was talking about Clay, but I'm just saying.
Matthew was something else. I'm not gonna lie. Salute to everyone coming into the room. So okay, so with the clay part, what part? Where are we at? Where are we?
Okay, so
And breaking down.
I think at that point Clay was like, "Yeah, it's do or die." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go ahead and claim what's mine. So and AD, they had their little conversation about it, and at the end of the day, he was basically like, I want to be with you. He chose her, she chose him. They ride off into the sunset together. All right.
Yep.
And she, I don't think she really told Matthew anything because didn't something happen and he left?
Okay, so they talked. And yeah, I do remember this. They talked because the other girl left. There was a point where Matthew was, like you said, he was opening up right on the sofa and talking to AD, but he was also talking to other women. And he was like, AD, I know you talking to other, other dudes or whatnot. And so the other female, AD was out talking to one of the other girls in the pod, and coming to find out, like what she was saying, she didn't want the other girl to hear because she was talking to Matthew as well. But come back out, the other girl came back out and was repeating some things in front of AD that Matthew had said to AD as well, i.e., like, I want to just leave the show and go marry you off back. What do you want me to do? Like, I want your father's permission. And then that was where AD felt like he was playing in her emotions because she's like, well, I just told you, I lost my father. I lost my father. You're telling me you want to ask my father for, my hand in marriage and him to walk me down the aisle. But
that's the same thing.
To find out, same thing he said to the other girl. And so she got emotional and that other girl left. And then when they were talking, AD and him was talking, he basically, he was like, well, I feel like she's the, I'm the reason she left. And it's like, I hurt her. And AD was like, hurt her. AD was pretty much like, okay, I'm over it. Like, what do you mean you hurt her? He was like, well, I hurt two women. She was like, She ended up walking out on him or whatnot.
Okay. See, I couldn't remember that part.
Yep.
All right, so now we got Clay and AD. They're a couple. I'm gonna be honest with you. Amy and Johnny, and they're actually the ones who got married. I checked out on them pretty early because I felt like they were just way too perfect. And I knew that they were going to fall madly in love and have a whole lot of babies from the beginning. The ones that got married.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you could tell that was real chemistry.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. None. And
I think he might have been talking to somebody else, but even he was eventually like, nah. This is what I want right here. Let me stop playing with my blessings.
Right now. For real. Know what you want.
Right now.
So they linked up pretty fast. And I don't even think Amy entertained anybody else the whole time.
I don't either. I'm trying to remember and I don't know.
All right. So you got them. And then you got Chelsea and Jimmy. And Chelsea, Jimmy, and what was our girl name?
Jessica, wasn't it?
Jessica.
Yep.
Woo, this little trio here. And then Trevor with the mullet. Okay. All right. So Jimmy is seeing Chelsea and he's also seeing Jessica. They were both aware of this, and the competition was pretty
fierce
in the house.
Yeah.
They had their own little cliques or whatever, and they would both be, they're both like plotting on each other. You can see them like eavesdropping, trying to listen how this one's date went with Jimmy. So Jessica starts like at this point, I'm just gonna kind of fast forward to when the competition started getting pretty stiff and intense. First of all, wait, let me rewind. Jessica has a child. Chelsea has been married and divorced. So both of these women kind of had these little, things that they needed to let Jimmy know about before they really kind of got into it with him and got serious with him. And they both decided to tell him the same day.
Crazy.
Jessica goes first, and she's on a date with Jimmy, and she tells him about her daughter. And his reaction was priceless because he was just like, he didn't really say anything. He just sat there quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It made me nervous. It was definitely a nervous quiet. I'm like, oh my God, like what's really gonna happen with this situation?
he was so quiet. He was like, and of course she's like, hello, you know, like,
You gonna give me something here?
and he was like, well, I'm just processing. All right. So then he ends up saying it's not an issue.
Right.
Right. So then he comes his date with Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea comes in and Chelsea says, okay, I've been married before.
Mm-hmm.
Which really wasn't that big of a deal. But after he had just heard the other news that he heard, he was just sitting there
It
again,
was just
stuck.
some more stuff on me. Yeah, 'cause she was like, I got something to tell you.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, what is this?
That's why I think he thought the show was playing tricks on him at this point. Because he was
Yeah.
just sitting there like, what? So it seemed like he took it away, but he really didn't. So she was kind of upset because she's like, wait, is he mad at me? Like, what? You know, and
Yeah,
they
he
end
was already upset about that other information, but I think he did tell her, like, what you told me was not as, you know what I'm saying, as
he
deep
did
as
tell
what
her
old
that.
girl told me.
He did say that, but she was still
Mm-hmm.
like feeling away because that
Yeah.
what we didn't know at that point was that is just her personality.
Oh, yes. Lord,
Chelsea
yes.
is a I feel some kind of way type of bitch.
Yeah. All the time.
All the time.
I figured and I'm glad that she did admit this during the reunion, that she did say, you know, you could see that she had a lot of insecurities, because that's exactly what I was seeing. I'm like,
Yes.
this is ridiculous, girl. Like, you too insecure. And then but to sit on the camera and then be like, well, I'm very secure. And I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Why
You're
go
not.
into like that?
People people get people get security mixed up with baseless arrogance.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. She's
She was
very
definitely
arrogant.
not secure. Yeah. Yeah.
So she's also seen Trevor, and she tells Trevor. Trevor didn't hear nothing about that. He was like, "Oh, okay." So at this point, let's just fast forward a little bit. Jessica basically decides that it's time to make Jimmy, to kind of push Jimmy into making a choice and proposing to her.
Mm-hmm.
So they go into a date, and baby, she was in there like, I'm the one. You playing. Stop playing. Get your mind right, sir, and pick your blessing.
Yeah.
And he liked it.
And she let him read the letter that it was a letter she said she had wrote to her future husband. Remember that?
Yep, she did.
And he read it and was acting like he was getting sentimental and gonna cry during reading it. And
so that moment right there, I was like, you know, men don't really like to be told what to do. Like, you have to let them think that it's their idea.
That they're running it.
Yeah, it's just, you know, sorry,
That's
girl power and everything, but
yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling you how to use your power, girl.
That's all.
So she kind of messed up trying to tell him to propose.
Mm-hmm.
And then also another mistake I feel like Jessica made was letting it be known that she didn't have eyes for anybody else other than him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he knew Chelsea had options.
For sure.
I think something about knowing that she had options made him want to choose her more.
Men like a challenge.
They do. Same thing that happened with AD and Clay.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it was.
So he ultimately ends up telling Jessica he can't do it. He's gonna go with his other option, and Jessica goes ham. Woo! Baby, did she not read him down like she's a real housewife?
I know she did, and it was so proper. Let me tell you,
it was so cute.
The sweetest read, And when and that's why I remember that line that she said when she said he gonna need his EpiPen when he see what she look like. What you missed out on, honey.
She said when you see me, you are going to have what she said. You're going to have an attack. You're going to lose your mind. You're going to regret it, basically. And Jessica was fine, honey. I'm gonna go on to keep it real with y'all. Like
indeed, and very sweet. I'm not gonna lie. Like I told you, I was rooting for her. I was rooting for her when I watched that. It just didn't happen. I think that last little bit of a conversation, she gave him too much spice and scared him off. You know what I'm saying? With an ultimatum type deal. Even though she said, make up your mind or whatever, but you can kind of hear the tension in the voice. Like, okay, I'm getting a little tired of waiting. You need to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So she was
like, okay, you did it.
So unlike 50 Cent, who just won that battle, she wasn't patiently waiting for a track that's photo.
Not at all. Not at all. He needed to make his decision. Go ahead.
He chooses Chelsea. Oh, before he chose something else that what I think was the thing that because they had another date before he actually proposed to Chelsea. And what happened before that date was that Chelsea was talking to the other girls within earshot of Jessica. And she tells the other girls that Jimmy said he loved her.
No, that wasn't an earshot. Hold on, let me tell you, because that was shade all the way. The light-skinned chick, I forgot I said like the white girl with the blonde hair. That's the messy voice. She told her whispered it, but then old girl, when she walked off after whispering and telling them that, she went over there and told, like, she was like, you shouldn't. He's not your guy. He's not your guy. That was the one that was spicy.
Oh, she did do that. I forgot.
Hurt that girl feelings, like he's not your guy. Just take my word for it. Like, wow. Mind you, though, like, you got somebody talking to another chick and you over there worried about what's going on with her.
The only reason why I thought she heard it is because of how they had how Netflix be doing them shady ass camera.
Yes.
Cutaways and stuff. Like, they make it look like they sitting right there listening, but she couldn't hear her. Old girl told her.
That junk was sucky though. I was like, that is so trifling. Like, you gonna sit there and do that girl like that.
So then Jessica meets up with Jimmy again, and she basically, gave him the business.
I feel like had not that girl went over there and said that to her, she wouldn't have had that type of reaction. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, she probably wouldn't have gave him.
It probably would have been something different. It wouldn't have been that.
All right, so when everything dries, I'm gonna put this around the perimeter.
Perimeter?
The perimeter.
Okay. Oh, you actually over here doing a whole DIY. Okay. Oh, excuse me for that belch. Okay. So now we still on that story. So you saying like after hearing that part, she went up in there. Like I said, I don't think she would have gave the reaction she gave if it wasn't for the blonde head chick telling her what she told her.
Right.
I think it would have been a different type of reaction. But either way it goes, she went up in there, she got spicy with him, and that was the end of that one.
Right.
And he felt like that had made his decision. And I ain't gonna lie, I felt like he knew he didn't want to pick the other girl. Like, he really wanted to pick her. But because of that attitude, baby. Yeah, it threw him off.
So, all right, so that's that couple. They're chosen, and it ends up being Chelsea and Jimmy. Also, Chelsea basically told Trevor she didn't want to be with him, and she was choosing Jimmy, and Trevor was all kind of hurt and everything.
Oh my God, right? Trevor cried, wanting to cry and emotional. And wait, when she told him, what wasn't it? If I would have proposed before, because I had a speech, would it have been me? Like, he was asking all kinds of questions. Like, I had a whole speech prepared.
Right. He was so close.
That one got me. I was just like, now we're gonna sit here and grovel now.
Right. Shut your ass up. Get your money.
Yeah.
So, okay, hold on, let me do this and then I'll be ready to go to the next part.
Y'all bear with us. Look, we over here trying to concentrate. I think I'm gonna end up with like all half done pictures and just have a whole show where I have to just redo or finish all my pictures.
Oh, you got a lot to do. Me too. Right. I still gotta do.
See, I just be taking my time. I'm over here just on half of. Last time I jumped all over the picture, remember? So this time I said no, live focus. I should have did my outline first, but I didn't. But it's fine because I just been jumping up. I mean, I think I'm doing all right though.
You are. It looks very cute from here. I got to make mine at least halfway look like what it's supposed to look like before I stop, though. So,
look, let's go.
Since I'm done, I'm gonna start something else.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
Wait, where's that one brush?
I'm trying to think of what other colors I want to add to this, you guys. You know, my blue right here was a little off because I wanted that blue in that corner. Oh, y'all, I'm missing a whole foot. This baby got a foot. See, that's what I'm talking about. This baby has a whole foot and I done missed it. Did you see that foot right there? Just, I ain't see it. I didn't see the foot. Oh, I got to black those lines. Oh, I like what you're doing at that bottom now. JustMy5, did you put your picture up in the camera again? Because I didn't see it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I'd like to see it again, ma'am.
Yes, it is. Hold on.
I see it back there. I just need to see it up close.
Oh wait, hold on.
All right.
Okay, Gemini.
So is it giving a little fiery attitude in this? Because I see this red and this. Okay.
Okay, let me explain something. Okay. Okay. So red, my camera is flipped. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. So red, black, purple, and gold are my 4 favorite colors in that order.
Okay. Okay.
Red, black, purple, and gold.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna hold them colors against you because blue should definitely be one of your favorites up in there, but it's fine. We'll go with you said.
I love purple, and I'm a fan of gold.
I just want to say that blue might be somewhere up in it if it wasn't the color of the cow hose.
I think we have to take a brief intermission. Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, if we're going to talk about colors like that, then emerald is my birthstone, and the Eagles, they had the little emerald color for a little while.
Okay. Okay. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. You got it. You got it. Now, what were we about to talk about here now?
I was gonna go to the next couple, but I couldn't remember who I was about to talk about.
No, you can't forget about them. Okay, so we went over Clay and AD, and then you talked about Jessica. Well, I don't know the name. We talked about Chelsea. The sweet couple. You said you weren't gonna talk about them because they ended up getting married.
Yeah, we talked about them. Okay,
how about the interracial?
Oh my God. Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name again? She was the first one on the list. Let me go back. Her name was
sorry with an S doesn't no.
Brittany.
Brittany. Was it Brittany? Oh yeah. No, because you said poor Brittany, I thought the first time. Oh, you did say poor Brittany. That's right. Yeah, poor Brittany. Yeah. You're right. Never mind.
So Brittany, y'all. When I say poor Brittany, I mean poor Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany's choice was the principal that we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He is a wide hip man with what I thought were extension braids or something.
But it ended up being his real hair. They were just little plaits.
It was his real hair. Let me show y'all a picture. Just okay.
Yeah.
Again, this is Amy. And
I'm not gonna lie. He had me. Okay. Although I said he was like a tambourine player, you know what I'm saying? I thought, okay, after some time, I was like, okay, it just could be that he's feminine. You know what I'm saying?
that's
He
what
got a
I
little.
said too. And this is
And
Kenneth.
I started liking him. Yeah.
This is
I was
the
like, I
most
like his
masculine
style.
energy Kenneth has given me all season in that
Oh
picture.
wow.
He grew on me. He definitely grew on me. I grew to like him. And then we came in with that white fit on, but we'll get to all of that. Now you want to talk about when they first started talking or
Okay, so
Hold on.
not really because I don't remember it. Only thing I really remember about them is everything that happened outside of the pod. Sorry.
Oh, well, you know what we were talking about when they went on to their little trip and they connected. So my apologies. Go ahead and go back to that. Go to
Yeah,
that part of it.
that's really the only part I really remember about them. So
You don't remember them? Oh, okay. In the pod. Go ahead.
I remember them in the pods, but not really because it seems so. There was no fire. There was no electricity. There was no
Just like
sizzle.
no, because they were both saying that they were waiting until marriage. He's church and principal, a middle school principal. I feel like there was only so much that he really was gonna do, or how only so much that he would really say on that show, being that he knows his status, and it's gonna be a bunch of people watching that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he was respectable.
So he was respectable. He was very nice. They was making all these plans to be together. He proposes
Mm-hmm.
to her. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna make it work, and we're gonna be great." They see each other. She comes out, and she's like, "Hey, baby!" She was so excited to see him, just willing to
Mm-hmm.
accept whoever came from behind that door.
She was.
She was down for it, baby. She was happy to
Mm-hmm.
meet her man. He was happy
Yep.
to meet her. I was like, okay, well, even though the whole time I've been thinking that this is not going to work, maybe they can make it work. Right?
Maybe. Right.
So, and neither one of them had any competition. Like nobody else was talking to either one of them either. So they pretty much chose each other early on and stayed with each other.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then we get to the trip. And pretty much all the couples were, because that's the last couple, right?
Them two. Yeah, aside from the ones that got married. Yeah.
Jimmy, Clay, Kenneth, Johnny. That's it. Nobody else made it out of the pod. All right, so they get here to this island, and everybody's like affectionate, happy to be together, whatever. And then those two, damn, I forgot her name that fast. Brittany and Kenneth were just there. They were just like, they were doing a lot of talking. Like,
With other
yeah,
people about their relationships. Yeah.
yeah. Because that was one of the first things I saw him doing was when AD came out there talking to AD basically about how he thinks he's going to be okay with a white girl.
Yep. Whether or not she would be able to raise children, raise black children.
And I understand all of that, but it was a really... I'm not mad at y'all for having a black moment on this show, but it's a little late now to even be worried about that, bro.
Right.
That's all I was thinking was like, man, you already chose the bitch.
It's a wrap up. But I think that he had already had in his mind that she was not of his race, because he asked, what did she like to date when they was in the pod? You know what I'm saying? What he thought, like, have you ever dated outside of your race type deal?
And how do people around you feel about it? And, what do you think about interracial dating and how, it's perceived? And can you handle that kind of energy that people get? Yeah, he was asking her all them type of questions. And she answered them well, honey. And
she did.
Doesn't really look like fire, but whatever. So basically, all right. One of the things that stood out to me is two things that stood out to me. Oh, Jeremy and Laura. We forgot about them.
Good.
Jeremy, Laura, and Sarah Ann, honey. Okay, Sarah Ann was Jeremy's other option, and this is Jeremy. Jeremy.
Jera. Laura's the blonde haired chick that was being salty. That was, I'm sorry, not being salty, was being messy and passed that message along saying that that's not your man.
Yeah.
It's not your baby.
Meanwhile, she waiting to get chose.
Mm-hmm. Because her man is in between somebody else and her.
Right. So, all right. Jeremy down to the wire with Sarah Ann and Laura. He didn't really know which one he wanted. Only thing that stood out to me about him and Laura's connection was when they discussed what they wanted to be doing on Christmas morning. Okay. And it was so vivid of an image that I was like, she got him.
It was sweet. I think she did that intentionally. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think that was real for her.
Let me explain something to you about Laura.
Because of who she was going against. Go ahead.
Laura is a businesswoman.
She did say she chopped up numbers and percentages with him.
She does.
Okay,
and
got
she
you.
did say that during the reunion. That's because that's how her mind works. So she basically knew how to sell him on what, based off of what he told her he wanted.
What it was gonna be, how it was gonna,
Same thing to her. They was gaslighting the hell out of each other the whole time and didn't even know it.
Sure was.
All right, so Sarah Ann and him had to me, it was a really genuine, real connection.
Yes.
You could tell the chemistry was just like giving, honey. Like, you could tell that if they were actually in person, they would have probably already been laid up somewhere. Like, early on. You could just tell it was just, that kind of energy.
It was cute.
It was cute. And she challenged him too, which I really liked. Because Laura didn't really seem to understand that he needed a challenge.
Laura went with the flow. And I feel like her challenging came after she got him. When it should have came.
Got him, yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Because then she probably knew a little bit more than what she needed to know about him.
Exactly. See, Sarah Ann could see his lower energy. She could see it. And she knew how to talk to him like she could see it.
Right.
Laura was trying to, paint this picture perfect.
Just get in. Yeah, get chosen.
Exactly. All right, so he chooses Laura. They see each other. To me, they didn't really have chemistry when they met either. Like, not really at all. But anyway, let's go back to the honeymoon or the vacation or whatever. So they're on vacation at this point, with all the people they've chosen. And one of the first things I remember was Jeremy telling AD. Well, this wasn't the first thing that happened. One of the first things that happened was AD walks out and everybody loses their mind.
Yeah.
Everybody was just like, damn, she fine as hell. Like, all the men were looking, all the women were looking, everybody was all in, baby. Okay?
Yeah, she was stunning. They were definitely a cute, cute little couple.
Yeah, her and her man were both fine. Okay, so they looked really cute together. And they looked good when they hit that beach, baby. So, okay. AD is standing here minding her business. Jimmy looks over and says something about, what did he say to Chelsea?
That her body was stacked.
Oh, yeah, he was like, he's stacked, man. She's really stacked. Like, he was telling his fiance that somebody else's fiance was stacked. Okay, right. And he never even talked to AD in the pod. Like,
that was the first time that played on old girl's insecurities right there.
Absolutely. So Chelsea is so awkward that she didn't even know how to really react to it. So she says, AD, how'd you get your butt like that? In front of everybody.
In front of everybody. Yeah.
And Jimmy is so outdone. He's just like, oh my God. Like, I can't.
He felt embarrassed.
You just asked her that and just embarrassed me like that or whatever. So, yeah. But then AD said, what did she say? God and Pilates or something like that, or
yep,
a lot of squats and God and squats or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it becomes like a, like, oh, okay, well, she took it well, so it kind of lightened the mood up. Jimmy then walks over to her and proceeds to grab her hand and twirl her around. And
he did not twirl her, did he? I was trying to remember if he twirled her or not. Now
I think he tried to. I just remember him grabbing her hand and holding her arm up in the air like on some twirl for me, baby type shit. Okay. And he's looking at her like, he got a close up look at her, and then he was really trying to like make it not
kind of lighten up what just happened.
Yeah, he was just kind of trying to lighten the mood or whatever.
Because I didn't get that he was flirting. I thought that he was at first because I was like, oh my God, no, he did not. But then when I heard him talking to her and what the conversation was about, I was like, okay, it's not what I thought it was going to be.
Right. All Chelsea was supposed to do when he said that was say,
laugh it off.
Yeah, she sure is. Ha ha ha.
Something. Yeah.
But I bet she can't do it like this or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just, it should have been kept between you and your man is the point that I'm trying to make.
Right.
So anyway, because he went over and started talking to AD and then proceeded to continue to talk to her, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they walk over to the bar and have a drink together too?
They was actually already there. And then she was standing right beside them when it happened. Like he just left her hanging right there. Like left his, oh girl, while he was talking to AD, and then she was just like, okay, like I'm gonna wander off over here. And then he went to go, check on him when they was talking together. But she was like, a little standoffish at that point, like,
Yeah, so wifey's feelings get hurt.
But that wasn't AD's only crazy moment though. Remember the other one? I forgot what the hell that lady called.
No, that's the one I'm about to tell you about now. So
yes.
So now Clay and AD are over talking to Jeremy and some other people. I don't know who the other people were. Laura was over there talking to Amy and somebody else. So Clay, AD, Jeremy, and another person were all sitting and talking. And Jeremy proceeds to tell Clay about something called bean dip. Clay's like, what do you mean? What's bean dip? And AD knows what bean dip is. And she was just like, I don't remember how she was reacting at first. But I think she was just like, oh my God, like awkward giggle type of a response.
He said, my girl told me to do that to you, basically, to bean dip you when I saw you. Yeah, and she was like, right. What? She told you to bean dip me. It was a girl's pod joke thing.
Right. So then he proceeds to explain what bean dip is.
Y'all ready for the description for bean dip?
What is bean dip?
Bean dip is when you basically slap a titty.
Smack the shit out of it. So he's saying his future wife, the lady he wants to marry, right, had told him that when he come in to bean dip AD, smack the shit out of her titty, basically. And so AD was like, what? And so, yeah, it got brought up. He was like, baby, like, honey, you embarrassed me. And she's like, what? He's like, the bean dip thing. But she was like, oh, my God, I told you that in person. Like, you weren't supposed to say that out loud. And then he had lied and said that she told him to do it. And she never told him to bean dip her. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little inside joke that she was sharing with her so-called future husband.
And Clay was like, yeah, don't ever do that to my wife. Or, to my lady.
Don't do that.
We not doing whatever that is. We not doing that.
Ain't no bean nothing. Bean pies, bean dip, bean chips, none of that.
So that was an awkward moment. AD was a little embarrassed, and it just was awkward. So AD basically went over there and got and told old girl, like, I don't appreciate you even telling your man about that. Like, what the heck?
Right.
They had a little conversation about it. Of course, Laura was like, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. So that means everybody's supposed to be laughing.
Not about that. You ain't gonna tell no dude to come in and bean dip me.
So, okay. All right. What else happened awkward on the trip?
I'm trying to think why they were on that trip itself. Aside from old girl's insecurities, matter of fact, basically the whole booty thing that made I forgot what her name is. I cannot remember her name to save my life. Yep. That dude, Chelsea. Okay, so yeah, aside from Chelsea being insecure, right? Let me take my little drink. That they had their argument. She was like, you don't understand until this is how I feel.
Oh, that's when she started that. Mm-hmm. You know what I call that? Emotional manipulation.
And that's exactly what I feel like it is, because she would get emotional with him, and then when he would walk away, she would go right behind him and grab him and don't leave, don't go.
I thought you loved me.
Right. It definitely was manipulation because he was feeling sad, like just seeing her cry. Period.
All right, let me show you something real quick. A really easy way to make hearts. Wait a minute. Okay, so you make a dot. Right, a little circle, and then you make another little circle next to it.
I can't bring it in closer, up a little bit because it was at the bottom.
Okay, make two little circles, right? Mm-hmm. You see it, and then you close them in with a V.
That's cute.
Do your thing. Let's go now. A little artist tip. Now, what were we talking about? I'm gonna forget that lady name 1,001 times.
Chelsea and her emotional abuse.
Yeah. So then they had other moments. I'm trying to think on the same moment, because they only stayed on that little trip, the little island trip, for like a weekend or so, something like that.
Yeah, it's only a couple of days that they stay there. And then when they go back, they have to go back to their real lives, but they move into an apartment community basically. Where all the couples
before that though, let's not forget Chelsea was after when her insecurity started, he apologized for that or whatever. And then she was also insecure about showing her body to him. Like, so she was saying like she didn't know how he was gonna react with her being in a bathing suit, which she really didn't look too bad in that bathing suit.
He didn't, but that's her. She just fishes for compliments though. That's her personality.
That's crazy.
She needs to be told at all times that she's pretty. And then also what I thought was funny is her talking about she worried about if he's okay with her body while she's basically insulting his.
Ooh, talk about it.
Because she was like, I usually go for beefcakes and, he's so hot to me that it doesn't matter that he's not a beefcake.
Right.
Hey, girl.
A mess.
And she ain't got anybody like that to be worried about no damn beefcake. Like, what is you talking about? But anyway, so Chelsea's insecurities continue to play out the whole weekend. Amy and Johnny are just in love. They don't care about anything on earth. They're just in love.
And then even the teacher and the mixed relationship, they even did really good on the trip though. They didn't have
they were doing their thing too on the trip. They weren't really worried about too much of anything that was going on with everybody else. They were just kind of doing their thing. Clay and AD were doing their thing. Honestly, people just wanted to be all up in AD's mix. And Clay was ecstatic at the fact that all these men wanted to sleep with his woman. Like, I'm sure that just really...
they were attracted to her, because she was a good-looking woman, for sure. For sure. I turned my feet upside down so I could do my black lining on this side, you guys, if you're wondering. But, yep. So I guess we can fast forward past that trip because I'm trying to think of was there anything other
Yeah,
than
that
that?
was really, the trip was really kind of uneventful. So they get back home and people get their phones. People get access to the world.
Ooh,
This is
talk about
this.
phones. The first person I must talk about when it came to getting their phone, who really ticked me off the most, like what you said, poor Brittany,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
child, what was that man's name? I can't even remember his
Kenneth.
name. Kenneth. Yeah, Kenneth was stuck in his phone, and she was just trying to have all kinds of conversations, like, "Hey, honey, let's unpack. I'll put my stuff here." He's like, all right, okay, but he
Yeah,
was
he's like, all right, basically.
steady in his phone, like he didn't give a damn about her when he came back, like. And I
And
kind of
then
thought,
was
okay,
making it seem like he was just so important, like he's some type of neighborhood drug dealer. Like I gotta,
girl,
you
for
know.
real, like it was just so much that he missed. Like, I mean, I understand he's a principal, but child, put that phone down sometimes. Like they said, I was screaming at the thing, telling him to put his phone down. It was upsetting me. Cause I'm
Man,
just
I
like,
feel
you girl
like
sitting here pouring out her heart, just talking, and you ain't heard nothing she said.
whatever he was looking at on that phone, it had nothing to do with his job.
I feel like it definitely possibly was another man. But go ahead.
Basically.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they moved into their apartment. She's like wanting to, get closer to her man. And he said, like,
Mm-hmm.
and he was basically going on with his life, honey. He went out. He was going out. He wasn't around. He was, doing his thing, honey.
She had a complaint about that too, about him coming. He said, well, I would hope that you wouldn't be upset, you know what I'm saying, with me because of that one moment that I went outside. Like he had said that comment before too, though. Because it was something else that went on. Like I think he had a temperament or it was something he didn't, wasn't feeling talking. He was like, I hope you wouldn't, charge that against me because of this one moment type deal. Like I wouldn't do that to you. You know what I mean? Because everybody's not going to be like, oh, good morning every morning and be on their best, best mode or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right. Mm-hmm. So, she expressed herself about that. They got past that. They was like, okay, we'll figure it out. So now it's time for everybody to meet each other's families and do
And
this
see
whole
each other's apartments or
yeah,
houses or wherever they lived. Yeah.
exactly. So now that part is beginning, and people are getting a glimpse of what they partners realize is like. I don't remember anything really significant happening at that time. The only thing I really remember was AD basically being like she could move right in, and they were talking about how they was gonna raise a kid there. This man talked about
Mhm.
children and everything. Like,
I enjoyed when they met each other's parents. I'm not gonna lie. I loved AD's parent. Sorry, I loved AD's mother. And I loved old dude's mom. Like I really did. And his sister. Well, his sister, I'm not gonna lie, his sister was looking like I need to see what's going on. Let me get the feel on that first one. But then she started warming up. Cause the sister was like, I don't know, she kind of gave me like the little evil eye in the beginning, like,
let's talk about the fact that we didn't talk about Clay's childhood trauma from his father.
yeah. The fact that his father cheated on his mom, 7 years into their marriage? And they broke up because of
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
How
that
his
was a
dad
huge
used to take
conversation.
him basically for him to have affairs on his mom.
Hmm.
What?
Dad used to take him when he was going to cheat on his mom.
Yep. Would take him with him. Yep. So he was definitely ruined. He was ruined.
And the mom was still with him this whole time. And he's like, my mom knew, but she don't know the extent of it.
Right.
And I just was like, oh, that just really upset me in a way. Like,
And it's got, can you imagine the impact that would have on him though? Like as a
exactly.
kid, knowing that your father is taking you somewhere to cheat on your mom. Like y'all about to go meet your father's girlfriend.
Right.
While mama's at home cooking and cleaning and, taking care of house stuff.
holding it down.
Right. It's crazy. It's
So,
crazy.
all right, so they meet each other's families. For them, for Clay and AD, that went well. That part went well for everybody. Everybody that met.
Nice. Yeah, because the mom had positive stuff to say. Both of their mothers had positive stuff to say. It was
That
really
went well
nice.
for everybody.
Which gave me really good hopes with them. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, it did. I was very positive for their situationship.
Yeah.
And then who was the other ones? Ooh, ooh.
I don't. Okay, Chelsea met with Jimmy's two best friends who were women,
Girl best friends.
and
And that also was another
her,
insecurity that got played on.
her awkward ass giggling during that entire lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, my skin was crawling.
And I'm okay with him talking to his friends or having girls as friends because I'm friends with my ex friends. Because that's exactly what she said then, but things changed up when her insecurities came out.
When she started,
I'm not really friends with him anymore. Like, yeah.
Trying to have him all to yourself. Like, what are you talking about, man? That man had a whole life before you. I understand y'all finna get married, but that don't mean he can't have no life and no friends.
Right. Ain't no way you're gonna just tell that man to shut down his friendship like that. But I kind of understood some of what she was saying, but it was what came out. Okay, so look, we just gonna jump to it, y'all. What came out in part of this was that one of his friends that she was introduced to, the future wife here, was a friend that he had sexual relations with. So my question would be, how would you guys feel if you're about to get married to someone and you see that their best friend, one of their best friends, is a woman that they used to be involved with?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. That's tough, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
That's real tough.
Like any other woman, I could say, it don't matter what she do. What matters is how you respond to it. But if you already, you know what I mean?
Toni?
Yeah, I'm different. I mean, you know what it comes down to? It all comes down to the level of trust you have with that man.
Yes.
And what his character is. Because I've been in a situation like that before, and only because of the trust I have for the person, I was able to be like, all right, I ain't tripping. That's your homegirl. That's your homegirl. Just don't ever give me a reason to question it.
That part.
Because it ain't no coming back from it. But I'm just not really. I think I like challenges, y'all. I think I probably would have just been like, oh my, I can't give away my secrets. But I'm gonna tell y'all.
Okay, so you said if you don't give a reason, right? If he doesn't give a reason, then there shouldn't be an issue. And do you feel like what he did was a reason for it to be an issue? Him going out, hanging out, and not inviting her to the gathering. He said he did, but he didn't.
The not inviting her, I did not like. But at that point in their relationship, when she was just so freaking whiny and insecure, I understood why he didn't invite her.
And he said she was clingy.
Yes.
But so also, she said that happened after he saw the other girl that he was interested in picture. Because remember, they got their phones back and they went and looked.
Oh, we didn't even talk about all of that yet.
Yeah.
Let's go back to getting the phones back and then we'll come back to this.
Okay.
Because we were on that. When they got their phones back, also, Jeremy had a message from
Sarah Ann, right? What her name is?
Yes, the one he did not choose. He had an IG message from her where she basically was like, if it don't work out, hit me up. She didn't say that, but she left the door open for it.
She did. Salute, bro. Buddy said, "Peace, lady. Pretty eyes."
Hey, what's up, buddy?
So he shows Laura the message. You know. So he shows Laura the message, and Laura was she didn't like it, but I think she trusted him and was like on some team us. So she basically was like, yeah, I knew she probably would try something like that. But what she was pissed about, what Laura was pissed about, was the fact that he hearted the message.
Yep. He said he just double tapped. That it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like that. I just double tapped it. Like,
well, you know what a double tap is on IG. Everybody know what a double tap is on IG by now. That's all.
Everybody's like, oh, you could have just did a thumb.
And yeah, and then he wanted to argue the fact that not only did he double tap, but he said he was eager to jump up the stairs when he got there, you know, to let her know, like, hey, look, babe, look at what happened.
Yeah. So, let me see. So Laura didn't like the fact that he hearted the message. We talked about the principal and his phone. I think that was always really with the phone. I think that was really it. All right. So now
the principal with his phone and the principal hanging out late at night.
Yeah, he was hanging out late at night. Oh, Clay, I think he had rental properties. So one thing that he was doing that AD did not like, AD's in real estate, Clay has rental properties.
Yeah.
So what he was doing was, like if he had I think he does Airbnb properties or something. And one of them might be like a cabin or something, like on the lake or something like that. So it's kind of far out. So basically when he knew he had a tenant coming and he had to get the place ready, he would stay, I guess, at his real apartment or something. So that he would have to get up and come out there early. But that would be after he hadn't been at home because he also has to work or something like that. Like, so he basically would be gone all day.
He said he was on the water because he's, you know, he does the boat rentals as well.
Exactly. So, what's her name? AD wasn't really feeling that. She's like, you need to make time, you know, or you need to sacrifice, basically. So, like, I don't care about all of that. You need to come home.
And his mother agreed, and so did her mama.
Right. So they had lunch with his mom, and they explained this, and her and Clay actually almost had words because he was like,
"Tell
what
me
you
now.
really want from a nigga?" That's how he was kind of like,
yes, that agree. And did you see the family's remark? They were like, "Oh, like
right."
She was looking like, wait, right here, right now, like we're doing this,
right? That was, you know, we ignore signs of little things when it's new and it's fresh and it's popping and everything. But girl, if he was gonna talk crazy to you in front of his mama and his sister, like about something that really was not even really a for real issue.
No.
That's an easy compromise. Could have been that maybe you come spend the night with him where he is.
Right.
When he has to do that. It's an easy. I mean, if he wants you there, and if he don't want you there, then that should tell you enough right there.
Come on now. If he don't want you there, he don't want you there. And it is what it is at that point. I feel like a yellow background for some reason. I don't know why. It's not going, or a gold background. I don't know what's up with this gold, but I'm loving gold. I feel like gold because I'm not painting my other person until the next time. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I think it's just cute with the one right now. It took me forever, but he's so cute. And I'm gonna add a little foot to him over on this side, a little piece that I missed. What else? Okay, so hold on. Who do we get with Clay? Talking to him at the table like that, or talking to her at the table like that in front of the parents. Then she had, like, you know, almost a little bit of a breakdown with her mom talking to her about that time and away. But then he said that he could adjust and, make changes because, he felt like
because
that.
his mom said you make time for what's important to you.
Mm-hmm.
She did say that in his defense. I mean, in the wife's
in her defense, yes.
So let's talk about 80's mom basically kind of sending up the bat signal for her daughter, like, girl.
80's mom was doing what?
She was kind of sending her the bat signal, like, you already feeling like this already.
Okay, that bat signal.
She kind of gave her the little eyeballs, like,
not this fast.
Yeah, I think she even said something like, I mean, he might be fine or whatever, but just be careful. Just make sure that's what you really want to deal with.
Right.
But she didn't have nothing to say about him, really, because I can tell the mom, I mean, I don't want to call her a pick-me, but she's old school, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
And she seems like one of those kind of moms that's like, if he got a job, if he making you smile, then I'm going to mind my business.
Yeah.
And you should too, even though you the one that's married to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, let that man cheat in peace.
Yeah, like she was like, well, you said you would do this for him. Have you told him that yet? And she was like, no, start there. Like, start there. I'm like, okay, start there.
And then when he walked into lunch, the way she just got herself together real quick, it was like, you look good, baby.
I hope he heard me. Did you hear that when you came back? I'm like, ooh. All right, mama dudes. Did you hear that when you came back? You hear that because I said that loud enough.
I didn't hear her say that.
That junk was funny as hell. I heard her. I said, no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Did you hear that? Woo-wee. Who else parent situation was crazy? Oh, what was the going back to God? Why can't I remember this girl's name for some reason?
Which one?
The one that was insecure.
Chelsea.
Okay, so going back to Chelsea, Chelsea had that big blow up when old dude basically stayed out late. And we got to get to that other blonde haired girl too in that situation. But so when he stayed out late, and then it was crazy how she found out. She didn't say she found out by way of like stalking him or trying to call him.
No, she said that somebody else from the show saw him out.
So he didn't even, and that's crazy because he said that I told you and invited you, right? I told you and invited you to the outing, to the party, and you said no, like you wouldn't want to go to something like that. And so for her to find out from one of the pod sisters that he was out with the girls. So he didn't
say that. But he said he was with couples, I think he said, and his homeboy. Yeah. He didn't make it seem, he was like, I was not just like out with her.
And old girl was like guessing, like, well, where you with? Yeah, like where you with her, where you with? And I figured that was gonna end up being a problem. Because clearly she's worried about this girl. Like, and she was like, and you didn't start acting like this until you saw her picture. Like,
yeah. And that's when she went off on a tangent. And, it wasn't for the show to know that he had slept with his homegirl before either. He told her that off camera.
And I respect it when he said during the reunion, he said, the only reason I told us because this was the woman that I was going to marry. I was like, come on now, you're right. He should have came clean and told you that. But he said he told you that in confidence, right? In confidentiality, to where you weren't supposed to put that out in the open because, not for him, but because of her.
Because of her. And then also, when a man tell you something to gain your trust or to prove his character, his honesty or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you accept his truth from him. It is not okay. Or a woman. It doesn't matter. When a person that you're trying to be in relations with tells you an honesty about themselves, that's very nice, girl. It's cute. And you use it as a weapon against them in a future argument. That shit is whack. Don't do it.
Yeah, that was corny. And then
How
she's
do you,
like, "You effed her."
yeah. How do you expect honesty from people if all you're gonna do is use it against them in the future?
Now, so being that she was already insecure, and I'm not gonna lie, and he should have known she was insecure. To keep it 100, going out at that time, not telling her where you was going, ended up being with the woman.
Her insecurity. You're right.
Yeah, that definitely did not help her.
That's another
did
thing
not
we
help.
talk about. We can look, in the words of Ben, we can crip walk right there.
Let's crip walk right there. Yeah, let's do that. Like she already had enough. She already, she felt some type where you just seen this girl's picture. He said I think he even said he didn't know what she looked like. Yeah. But so when she started guessing and saying, "Were you with her?" Nobody told her that he was with, you know what I'm saying, that girl. So that was kind of a big mess up. And then for her to out what she outed, I think she would have been okay, because I'm not gonna lie, I really truly believe that she might not have been his type, but I think that he was really head over heels, that he was really serious about her.
Chelsea?
I think he really would have married her.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the other girl that he didn't?
Yeah, I think that he really would have married. No, the one that he picked. I honestly believe that he would have married her had it not been for her losing her junk like that.
Yeah. I forgot they didn't get married, because she was acting like they was married for 40 years.
Yes. Mm. And you hurt me. And what I didn't like also, though, was when they did have those altercations, that she wouldn't let him talk.
Mm-hmm.
She would cut him off and be like, "I'm sorry, I just have to interrupt."
Like, no, your point is irrelevant. I need to make my point.
Right. Because you're not hearing me. Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a YouTube fight.
Huh?
Sounds like a YouTube fight.
That's what it sounded like when I watched it too. So that was what we were saying too, is that it's not fair to know and know what your partner's insecurities are, and then play on them. Like, it's not okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not okay.
You can just as easily choose to not be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Now, since we're talking about what we choosing to do, how about old boy who decided that he chose to drop his location and messed up?
Ooh, baby.
Uh-huh. And chose to do this before old girl and him was supposed to be linking up to meet his parents.
And then chose to lie about it.
And then chose to lie about it.
Okay, so how did he mess up giving up his location?
You want to tell it, or you want me to tell it?
I feel like you're going to tell it better. Look, I'm going to add my 2 cents. Go ahead.
Dara me. And Laura.
I love how she said that.
It's funny.
They were basically, they playing their life together. They meeting family. They doing the thing. She's just explaining to her family in the most cynical ways why she loves him. And they're like that typical, really sarcastically loving couple, to where they basically rib each other to show love or something. I don't know.
Well, there was one problem that she didn't like with him, and that would be those shirts. She said she couldn't stand those Hawaiian shirts, but her sister just so happened to love those shirts.
He had a thing. Jeremy loves Hawaiian shirts.
Yes.
Oh. Random, but it was a thing for her. She did not like it at all.
Nope.
Like, to the point where when he said it in the pod, she second guessed dealing with him. That's how serious she is about not liking them damn Hawaiian shirts.
She was definitely serious about them shirts. That's crazy. Okay. And so, yeah, you going back to what he did.
All right. So what he did was, he had been with Laura and her family all day. And at some point in time, he apparently had shared his location. Well, after they got back from hanging out with her family, he goes to have some drinks. hang out with some friends. And he just so happens to run into Sarah Ann at this bar.
The other choice. Yeah.
Randomly happens to run into her. Isn't it interesting how
Right.
Because you got to think, oh girl, what's her name? Chelsea. Whoever told her that her man was at the bar was not somebody that was still on the show. This was somebody who was like a former cast member, I thought.
Maybe how would they know?
What'd you say?
How would they know? And why in the heck are they out there with? Okay, yeah.
So it's weird that these people keep running into each other like this. Like, what the hell? I'm gonna blame that on the producers, Nick and Vanessa. What the hell?
They set that up.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Like, why the hell is they running into these things? You're like, yeah. But then, I mean, I guess people could always be on social media saying like,
I'm at the so and so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So anyway, he just so happens to run into Sarah Ann at this bar. Apparently, their conversation was so riveting that they, according to him and her, stayed behind at the bar talking until 5 a.m.
Yeah, because she had questions and she needed answers. She was a little bit upset. Don't forget that part.
She needed closure.
Yes, needed closure. And so
I'm saying closure, but she absolutely did not say the word closure because the last thing she wanted to do was close something. She wanted to open her legs. Okay?
Big facts. So yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Nobody believed them when they said that they had been talking in the parking lot until 5 a.m. Like literally nobody believed it.
Well, nobody believed them because let's not forget, what's her name?
Laura?
Laura said that she knew. She said, I knew you guys weren't in the park because she went and didn't see him in the park. So then he said, we was parked over on the side.
So check this out. 5 o'clock or whatever time in the morning, sometime in the middle of the night, what's her name? Laura realizes that he had left his location on.
Yep.
And she looks up his location. At the time when she looked it up, he was at Sarah Ann's apartment.
Right at her apartments. Because she lived right on over there in real life.
So you notice how they tried to make the lie then that they was in her parking lot talking? They tried to make
because she needed a ride home. Like, so she didn't have a way home before you?
How'd she get there?
Come on. Come on.
So, all right. So they claim they had been talking till 5 in the morning. He goes home. Laura basically is like, I'm done. Fuck yeah. So many words. She gets on up out of there. And that was basically the end of their relationship. But
because she was like, how could I meet your parents? You know what I'm saying? Right after you pull some shit like this. Like, how can I go in front of your parents and act like everything is cool?
Right.
When it's not. You know what I'm saying? Look what you just did.
Right.
And lied about the junk. Ooh.
So Laura basically was like, I'm done. Got up out of that. And then let me see. Let's move to the next couple, and then we'll talk about the next time they see each other.
Okay.
Let's see.
We'll go back to the biracial couple because their junk got intense too. You know, aside from that phone junk when they got back. Yeah.
So when we come back to them, what's going on with them at this point? Go ahead, tell that part. I need.
I think she was still trying to talk to him to get closer to him. I think they weren't on the sofa that time because that was one of the moments they were on the sofa. They were back in that kitchen again. And she was trying to talk to him. He had his phone in his hand and she was just, like, hello, like, are you here with me type deal? Like, what's really going on? And so she, I forgot what it was that made him tick and say, well, it ain't going to work. Cause he literally just somewhere in that conversation, he was like, it's just not going to work.
I'm gonna tell you what it was. She was basically saying to him, I want, even though we're waiting, I still want to you. Like I want to be
attracted. Oh, because there was no spice.
There was no passion. She was like, I've done this before, and the waiting drives me crazy, and it just makes me like want the person even more, or something like that. And she was like, I'm waiting to feel that way about you.
That's because she fell in love with a gag, but okay.
Yeah. She was like, and it's just not coming. It's just not happening or whatever. So I don't want basically my time.
Let's be real. If a dude, you're somebody you're supposed to be wanting to marry, you're so sweet and compassionate. And she said, I turned around and my slippers was right there. You hear me? I turned around and my slippers were right there in front of her. Say that. Yes. She was saying he was so amazing and considerate. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you not, as a dude, first off, you getting with somebody that you say that you love, you want to be with for the rest of your life. She's very beautiful, you know what I'm saying, beyond what you expected, and you have no kind of tension. He went from, being affectionate and being up on her to not touching her at all, no kisses. I remember her saying that.
Yeah, nothing.
And he was like, well, I've been told that I'm too clingy, that I'm too this. Yeah, maybe with your homeboys. Because I didn't get that he was too clingy with her at all.
And no point in time. I ain't see him trying to stop a feel or nothing.
Did you see how uncomfortable it looked when she tried to put her head on his shoulder while they were on the boat?
Yes.
It hurt me. Awkward. I was like, oh my gosh, she had to tell him how to put his arm around her. Like, what do you mean?
He's sitting up there with his naturally curly hair blowing in the wind.
Oh, child. And when he took that joke out, that was another thing too. Another thing was that that was actually the conversation. It was after he had stayed out all night.
Because he had to get his hair done.
Yes, when he got his hair done, and then he stayed out. But what woman hands is in your head at that time of night?
And then he came home and tried to get in her face.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was asleep. I have to work.
Yeah, he tried to wake her up, said the lights was on all over the place. And he was like, well, I was trying to wake you up so I could touch on you then, but like, huh? It's just crazy. I think it was just
so funny. I was like, what in the awkward hell is going on here?
Very awkward.
Turned all the lights on. That's how you try to get her in the mood?
Yeah, that ain't it. That ain't it. You ain't gonna do that. That's what we're not gonna do.
Get the handle of your business.
And she said she had to get up anyway.
Listen, he need to listen to some Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy said turn off the light.
Okay.
He probably listening to Novocaine. Yeah. Definitely Novocaine. Tornado. A tornado blew around my room before it made. Yeah. All that.
So, what was I gonna say? All right. So this conversation that they're having, they basically decided to end things right there.
It was a wrap.
So she went on and left early.
But did you catch how that ended? Huh?
What?
Tell me about how it ended. Okay, so when it ended, like after he walked off or whatever, they caught the phone call. They caught the phone call where he done called his homeboy and was like, yeah, it's late now. Yeah, I don't know if that man said bae.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
But it was something. He was like, all right, I'm on my way. I was like, already about to go.
I didn't even hear that.
After you just told her it ain't gonna be an every night thing, now all of a sudden it's an every night thing. Like now you finna dip on out. Yeah, he was gonna go out anyway already if that was planned. Tell me I'm on my way.
Right.
He said, all right. And that was the end. He did stay on that phone. It's a little too much for my doggone liking.
Don't grind the child. So
right.
So we talked about that couple. Then who else we got?
The cute couple. They just never went through anything like that. It really, yeah.
It was more they had is her not want him not want her to get pregnant right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or not want to take
Want to
birth
be on birth control or but I thought it was cute when she said, I can't marry you unless my dad approves, and the fact that he did approve, I thought that was adorable.
That was cute.
Mm-hmm. This is not a contest, Rex. No, but if you would like to send us cash apps for appreciating the hard work and art and content that we are actually giving, because not many do, feel free. Feel free. And we thank you in advance. You can choose the first and second and third place winner. Just send the cash apps. You don't even have to tell us who won.
At this point, I'm just looking for shit to paint.
You just paint anything. Look, that's why I said I'm gonna stop. I think I did my outline, so I really want to. Are you good? Look, Toni done finished the whole thing. I'm gonna have a bunch of unfinished pictures over here, and it's gonna be okay.
I just painted a goddamn pencil box.
And I just literally mixed black and yellow together. You painted a pencil box. You know what? Yeah, you just over there.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
You're gonna move to the wall in a minute.
I am.
Move to the wall in a minute.
I am. Shit.
Y'all see,
I'm finna paint these fingernail polish holders.
Look at the cow. I cannot believe I just mixed that yellow in with that black. I did not mean to do that. Oh no. Who else's situation was intense during the after home, that coming back home? I was wondering why they didn't show certain people's houses.
Mm-hmm.
That was different for me. But I think also the other girl that had her roommate
living quarters.
Huh?
They usually show where everybody lives.
Yeah, they didn't show certain people's houses. Like I didn't get to see AD and where she lived.
Mm-hmm.
They showed the dudes. The other chick that had the roommate, I realized that dude did not. He said he did not like her roommates.
Yeah, he didn't.
And she was like, I'm married too. He was like, she was a bit too much.
Yeah, he was like, we will definitely not be living here.
Yeah, no, not at all. He could not see himself living with her. No. So that was kind of off.
Him and Chelsea you talking about.
And did you hear Chelsea when she was like pretty much on the side of I could kick her out? I was like, no, ma'am. Yeah, we could just kick my roommate out. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
At all. If
I was the roommate after that show and the show aired, I'd have moved out and left her hanging with the bill.
Like, oh, you just looking for a nigga to come up in here and knock me out the way? Oh, okay.
Just get me right up out of my own spot. Like, okay, girlie. Thought we were besties.
Yes, what?
That's crazy. Now what else was there? Aside from the dudes, it was a couple of dudes that were going out late. The one that was supposed to be in that parking lot for that time frame, and the other one that went out with his friend who he had smashed. Ooh, child, they had a lot going on.
So now we can get to like the part when at the end of this show, after they live together, they basically are supposed to go to their wedding, and the goal would be for them to say "I do" when they get to the
altar.
The altar.
Yep.
So now that we are at the end, oh wait, let's go back because you got to talk about the conversations that was had before the wedding day. And one of those conversations was Jim and Chelsea, where he basically told her he couldn't do it. Yeah. And it all went back to that night when she outed him for sleeping with his homegirl.
Yes. Yes. It was bad. He said he couldn't trust her with that. Like, that was something that should have been said. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I'm just, I'm sorry or whatever. But, it was nasty because the way it happened on camera, it was, I know you're fucking her. I'm like, whoa. You her. Yeah. Yes, that was bad, and it's so messed up because, like I said, I really thought that when he really put his best foot forward after hearing him talk to AD, after being embarrassed about what happened, he was not trying to flirt with anybody. I felt like he was solid, and she really messed it up. Her and her insecurities messed up her being married.
Oh yeah, because even when he saw old girl and they talked and everything, it wasn't anything about that seemed inappropriate.
Nothing.
When they went to the lake.
Nothing.
Let's get to that too, because we skipped over that and went to the wedding.
We can't, but I did appreciate the fact that I felt like he was going to be 100 with her, and she freaking ruined it. She ruined it. And then on the fact that he would compliment her, like he told her like things that he liked about her. She was like, well, what are you attracted to? He said, everything that I listed about you. Like, even though, like I said, she wasn't his type, that man, you could tell he loved her.
Uh-huh.
He was like, I don't care about all of that. I don't care what your looks are. Like, I like you. Like, yeah, but the more she started talking, it was just like, okay, girl, I done made myself fall head over heels for you and your personality. And now I find out you're insecure and you're crazy. But let's go back to the, you said the boat, the ocean, the water?
The cabin. They went to the cabin.
Yes.
And this is where another opportunity for all the couples to meet. But also when they got to the cabin, the people who they, who didn't get married showed up to the show, to the cabin. Yep. So now this is the first time you have Sarah Ann, who Jeremy was out with until 5 a.m. You have Jessica, who Jimmy rejected.
Yes.
And you also have Trevor, who Chelsea rejected. And then you got a couple of extra people who were never picked. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that happened at the cabin was Sarah Ann and AD's conversation was interesting. Because AD basically confronted Sarah Ann about that Instagram message that she sent to Jeremy.
Yes. And she was like, I read it. And said he had already chosen. But I'm not going to lie, though, during the reunion, they slick got her like that, too. And was like, yeah, he was with who he chose. I said, oh, because she was not it. And that was her fault, too. That spiciness.
Should have never even gave him an opportunity to make you his second choice, basically. At least not till after the show was done taping. And if their relationship was going to fall apart, you did not need to be a catalyst to that, because you ain't going to get that muck off of you, girl. They're going to wear your ass out from now until infinity.
It was bad. It definitely left a bad taste in my mouth, because I'm just like, oh, the nerve of you.
Right.
Like, you know that they still going through the situation and you send that message? Like, what?
Right. And yes, it was up to him to close the door on that.
Indeed. But what did she say? Did you hear the part where she said he was going to close the door on the other one?
Yeah, where he said he was going to end the
yes. And he tried to lie about that too, talking about no. And she was like, yeah, during the reunion. She was like, no, she said, yeah, because your girl said it. She said, your girl said it. And he was like, yeah. And then they moved to something else. I'm like, good, because if you let him lie about that story, honey, we all know she said it.
I was just sitting there thinking, like, I was looking at Sarah Ann, like, waiting on her to lie.
Yeah, that one just, ugh. I didn't too much care for that one. Nope. And then the ones that did get married, they was just so sick in love, honey. Their
families were in love with each other. Like, it was just so much.
They said the families talk to each other. Yeah, they said their families still communicate after all of that.
To his dad every day.
Yep. Hey, chill.
Could y'all be more perfect for each other?
They were very cute. It was adorable. You got me over here about to paint the other picture, part of my picture. I don't know. Yes. We still got some time left too, though. What else was there before we get to this marriage part? And I get upset about what happened.
Y'all.
Yes.
How that little abstract look?
Hold on. What you got? Oh my God!
I actually like that.
That's different. That's different, ma'am. I appreciate your pain. Thank you, Indigo. Thank you, Indigo, for dropping that. She dropped all of our cash apps. Let's go. JustMy5, is your cash app up? Because I told Toni just to put it as the name, because the last time we did the show, they were asking where was it. So my
you got the name instead of just the little. It'll be all right.
You know, it's fine. As long as you got it somewhere on the screen, it's cool. It is cool. What else was there? What else?
I think we pretty much should have wed now because I can't think of nothing else really significant that happens other than the cabin.
It just sucked when they dropped out last minute before. I thought they was gonna go to that wedding too, and then they dropped out that night before, and she was like, "Well, you knew this, so why didn't you just tell me then?" Like,
You're right, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so now on to the wedding day.
Wives, and now we are with two couples that are supposed to be getting married. We have Clay and AD, and then we have Johnny and Amy. So Clay and AD is in her, in her suite getting ready, and her mom is there.
But well, let me just go back real quick before you do that. I just want to just give a shout out to their corny bachelor parties. Go ahead and continue.
Oh my God, them bachelor and bachelorette parties was corny. AD turned up at the party though.
Yeah, she did. Show was getting on that face on the chair and dropping it low. Yes.
So, all right. So AD is in her suite getting ready. She's all in love. Clay is perfect. I'm so excited and love him so much.
And they did the whole dress shopping and all of that.
Yeah. At no point in time did he really show. Well, I do remember when he said when they first got together and they were still on vacation and he said he was worried about messing it up, doing the wrong thing.
That was when his mom was like, "You can't take," and her mom both said it. You can't take what us as parents did and hold that on your back. You know what I'm saying? We're our problems. Those were our problems, not y'all. He also made another statement. I don't know if you caught it. But he had pretty much said, like, would there be an issue if I say no, during this? Like, can we, do a later date?
Oh, I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah. And she was like kind of making it seem like, possibly I would understand. Yeah.
See, now if he had said that to me, I'd have been out of there. I probably would have gave up then when he said that. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, Wool. Tony's she said, Tony, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Wool.
Thank you.
Wool probably the only person in here who understands my pain.
It is cute. You done? Almost.
All the water represents my sign. So she did Gemini, and the water represents my Cancer energy.
Let's go.
So does the heart. Because, as Cancers, we love.
Oh, it's so mushy and gushy.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. You're right.
Well, okay. So Geminis, half of us love, and the other half of us love chaos.
Okay. Now, can a Gemini find balance in between?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No. That is a bold-faced lie.
Yes.
Yeah, she went off camera. I believe you.
She don't believe you can find balance. You think both Geminis are crazy, both heads?
My ex-best friend is a Gemini. We live together. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But see, here's the thing. Okay. Yes, we will cut you, but then we'll buy you ice cream.
No.
That's true. That's
no.
Just pure
no, I don't want you to buy me no ice cream after you just cut me, man.
They will.
I don't want you to bother me. I'm bleeding. Take me to the hospital.
Okay. Now, we gonna come up with we still working that out, but we
You can go ahead and mention it now if you like. That's fine. We can talk about that as well.
Okay.
Bring it up briefly.
We have a hot soup challenge. And let me go.
You gonna show her?
Can
Woo, you really gonna do this, Woo? I'm nervous for y'all stomachs and your buttholes.
And anyone near either.
And anyone near either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be damaging. Just wear a diaper that day. It's fine. You showing it or you pulling it up? Oh, she's probably pulling it up. You guys be careful. I mean, I not be careful, but just give her a moment.
Okay, so that right there is the soup. Campbell's Chunky Ghost Pepper Chicken Noodle Soup. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're going to be doing. Now, here's what it is. You got 5 minutes to eat it. All right? And then for 10 minutes after that, you cannot drink anything. But I got 2 people already that's going to ask us trivia questions.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. They can't drink nothing after that?
Not for 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, bless y'all heart.
And your booty.
And who do you have asking the questions now? Cause you tell me.
Okay, now asking the question. Okay, now the men
No,
are
yeah, like you said, you had somebody. You gonna pick somebody around that time, or
wait. The men are scared to eat the soup, so the men are going to ask the questions. Okay, now so far we got Broadway and Big Leg asking the questions because the men.
Okay, so they're gonna be on it. Okay, perfect, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That'll work.
And so far in the competition, we had Wu said she wanted to be in it. Skoka said she wanted to be in it, and Demetra said she wanted to be in it.
Let's go.
You see how the ladies ain't scared?
I got to take this down so I can get to my stars.
What's going on with them stars?
They little as hell. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You good.
No, I was just being petty. I was just saying, you see how the ladies are not scared, but the men are.
The ladies actually aren't scared to do challenges, and it seems like the men are scared. Like I haven't seen. I'm waiting on the men to step their games up and come up with something. Like we did do the versus battle, and salute to the versus battle where I spanked my bro. Yeah, but I really am waiting on we're trying to come up with another contest, and I don't know how you feel about this, where people just join the contest. There's no other set rules except for you have to cook in front of us, and you present your favorite dish.
Okay.
Because we figured that would be a big wide range. And whatever you present is what you present. Just make it look good.
Okay.
So we'll see how many people want to join into that. We have people added to the prize, and I'm going to add to it as well. The prizes are going to be going up. So y'all just, bear with us and be ready. Thank you. I feel like I have to get this purple done because I done mixed it with a lighter color and might not be able to find that color when I come back.
La.
Yes, ma'am.
Timo got a $1 sale. I just got a notification.
You are so silly. You are so silly. They stay having those sales.
We gotta finish talking about this wedding.
Yes, let's go because it was just a brief intermission to advertise the other stuff coming up. Let's go.
Okay, so wedding comes. Like I said, old girl was in her suite, all happy and excited and in love. Clay was in his suite. I don't remember him talking to his mom, but I do remember him talking to his dad.
And what was Dad giving?
Dad was actually encouraging him to do the right thing.
Yes.
But there's one thing about that imprinted trauma, and it's just there, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. And it's my personal opinion that when he was talking to his dad, I think it just reminded him of everything about him that was not husband material.
Just like his dad is what he
Yeah.
felt like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that made him just go against everything he had been planning the whole time. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Because I think that he really wanted to be with her. He was positive. He was working on himself. He was putting in the work that we could see. And
He
and it
was.
just completely turned different. What got me was walking down that aisle. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had the conversation, you done went, you talked to your groomsmen. There was nothing about the conversation with the groomsmen that made me think that he was going to turn around or not do it, not follow through with what he said or.
Right.
So, oh my God. She was so beautiful when she came out. Let me just acknowledge that for the moment, okay? Because AD definitely got a body, all right? Old boy was not lying, okay?
Baby, he had that ham hock thigh sitting out there all greased up,
Oh my,
baby.
yes, it was out. It was out. Yeah.
AD had a split that went all the way up to her hip bone almost, okay?
Yes.
With nothing but dark chocolate sitting outside that thing. That thing was looking good, baby.
And let's not, the veil said till death do us part, wasn't it?
Sure did.
It was so
I don't
cute.
think she got that one though, because I don't remember.
You don't think she did? I thought she did.
Maybe she did, but I don't remember her having that on.
That's because her wedding didn't last for too. Never mind. Okay. So she walks down this aisle. It's all beautiful. The family's walking down. The mother had gave her this nice speech before, and then
heirloom jewelry.
Yes. And so she gets down this aisle. She sees him. He's smiling. Just everybody's smiling. It's just an amazing moment. It was given a little comedy. You could tell like it was some nervousness there because they was joking around a lot. What really hurt my feelings was AD and those eyelashes and how the TV people just let her do that to herself. Ooh. But her eyelashes were floating and flying all over the place. They was detaching from the eye itself.
The whole season.
And I was just like, well, it's okay. She's emotional. He went to go spill his guts out to her and say, like, you made me a better person. And
wait, we're gonna talk about them eyelashes when he was standing there basically telling her he don't want to marry her right now.
Oh my God.
And they was just a fluttering baby. And when she got back to that suite and they put that camera on her,
that was gone.
Gone with the wind, baby.
Gone. Those lashes were snatched off. They were not on her face anymore. It hurt me though. Like when she said "I do," I was like, "Oh!" And then when they got to him, I was like, "Whoa!"
His face, conviction, baby.
She did, but his face changed when they even got to him. If you saw that in the beginning, it was uncomfortable. And so I'm like, why is he looking like that?
Because he knew he was going to tell her no.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
He knew.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you so much, Woo.
And some people are saying that that he was doing it for fame.
Yeah, that's what it was given.
That he was trying to advertise the Airbnbs and all of that stuff, and you know what I mean? Like, oh man.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about the people that was there for bullshit.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Talking about taking to reunion side, because of course the other couple, they did get married and they ended up being happy. Like we said, their families love each other. They were able to work past it. She didn't have to get on birth control. He didn't have to go do no vasectomy. And to be honest with you, I think they are going to be looking for a child sooner than they thought, like sooner than later. And I think that they're going to be in agreement with it, and it's going to be so cute because they're just so sick in love. As far as Clay and AB, I think that they still fucking. So what else now? We're going to the reunion.
Lord, Trevor with the mullet. Trevor, Mr. Trevor, Mr. Oh, I thought he was just a big, loving, innocent teddy bear.
Innocent. Yes, very innocent. He came with open love.
I thought he was green and innocent, looking for love, child. Why the people done busted? Well, somebody popped him. I'm assuming it's his now probably ex. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly because she sent the message. You seen when they put them up, they were messages from her side.
From her.
So I'm assuming she found out about that show and then went ahead and messaged them.
She did.
Well, she knew about the show already. She just sent the messages in because she probably didn't like the way that all of that went.
I'm sure she didn't. So she sends the show messages that Trevor had sent her before and after he was on the show. In these messages, before he went to the show, he was talking about how he loved her and couldn't wait to be with her, and da 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 da, and da 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 da. And then when he left the show, he told her he couldn't wait to marry her.
Right.
And this is someone who obviously was not on the show.
And she said she was crying and how, he just had he had to do what he had to do to look a certain way for the show.
Yeah, it's all fake. None of it's real.
Yeah. I could not believe that was the case with him. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a shocker because I seen him come out. I said, "Oh, look at me!" I said, "He got the mullet back." We finna hear some news that him and old girl Chelsea or something is with it, and that's just not what it gave. It gave. He said, "I had a look." He hit us with that speech again. I had a speech all planned out. I had something to say already, and then when he got caught up in that mess, it was, "Can I go?"
Right? Can I just leave?
Can I just leave? Like, but you did dirty. And then you tried to blame it on TV and say, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got people thinking that all of this is set up and it's fake.
They don't like that. Nick and Vanessa ain't going for y'all making their show look like it's a play.
Nope. Even though some of it was. Let's keep it real.
They're like, we ain't running no plays over here.
They said, nah, that ain't us. That's definitely, most definitely not us. That was funny though. Who else was busted out? They said it because they said they seen those messages. It was something else. Oh no! When old girl, the light skinned chick, I think I cannot remember her name to save my life. Not light skin, but the girl with the blonde hair.
Laura.
When Laura went to talk or whatever, they were she was questioning because she wasn't there, but she was questioning like, did you kiss her? Like when you her and all that, yeah.
And she said, I most certainly did not. Sarah Ann looked a fucking mess, by the way.
I
don't know who told her to get that pin curl, pin updo like she was finna go get married that day.
It was not doing it for
me. That was awful. I said she ratchet as hell with this damn pin curl.
That might be all she had. The
ass pin curl.
That might be all she had right there.
They look broken.
It was, I just don't believe there's nothing honest about him. There's nothing honest about him.
Jeremy.
Because he kept lying about so many things. It's like, what are you lying? Why would you even lie and say that when you drop location, bro? Like, just keep it real at this point. And then what they said was he didn't realize that dropping his location would that they could still follow the locator while you once you're done with that.
Right.
So that's how they was able to follow from the bar to the house. But you said you stayed in the parking lot though. Why not tell her the part about, hey, I had to, drop her off or, she needed a ride home. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. Even if my man did have to go out and do something like that, you better let her Uber. You better not open your car door for nobody. First off, don't sit in no parking lot and talk.
That was a dumbass. That was either a rookie move or he just ain't give a fuck. And I understand why it felt like he didn't give a fuck, because that's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was given. He didn't care. Not one bit.
I'm done, y'all.
You are, and I was almost done. I'm gonna finish my other part because we've definitely went 2 hours and 48 minutes. I appreciate everybody. That's good for my watch time hours though, for sure. So I haven't finished this part because I have something else that I wanted to do unique on that side. But yes, it's a wrap. Pull yours close again. What you doing? Look, go ahead and pull yours closer, Tony, so everybody can see. I think she stepped up for a minute.
I'm sorry. I was
hours at the same time. Salute, salute. Ghost, hey, baby. Don't nobody touch Ghost. Okay. Looky. What you think, baby?
That's little fire, little water. It all comes with the love.
I'm gonna put yours up on a big screen. Hold on, let me go ahead because I can I think all of us did a good job. Just my 5, even with your hands, okay? Even though you went to go hands, sweetheart, you did. You listen, you did your thing, okay? Solo, Tony, I'm about to put your solo so they can see it.
Oh,
just
shit.
one big time.
Out of here. Top of this shit.
Okay, now do your thing because I'm about to smoke real quick.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, solo.
Here we are.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
That see my color transition.
Let's go. Okay. You ready for just my 5?
Mm-hmm.
And just my 5 added something to her so that she could hang hers up, which I thought was really cute too.
Oh yeah. Where's my little thing?
Big Gemini energy. You didn't put it on yet?
No. Where'd it go?
You got to put it on. Big Gemini energy. Okay.
And then here.
Not Ghost coming up in here making me blush talking about sexy lady.
I can't even see it. I can't see him.
You don't see Psycho the Alien? The ATL? I'm sorry, the AT Alien?
Oh, I see it up there. Hey, Ghost.
That is Ghost. Okay, here we go. And then boom. I think that yellow made my colors pop, so I'm glad I did that yellow in the back. And I'm probably gonna
love it. Yo, that turquoise is my favorite color.
And that's actually me and Ghost, y'all. My favorite color is blue. And he purple because his color's purple. I love that. Yes, that's me and Ghost.
So my 3 favorite colors is black, turquoise, and purple. And I'm a fan of silver and I'm a fan of gold.
Okay.
So y'all got all my colors.
Are we in there? We are in there. So I really appreciate all of y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you, honey. I have definitely been sweating over here, but can I get back on this camera for a brief moment? I guess I can try a little bit. The story, ooh, child. Ooh. Let me put my contact solution in. Y'all know I got a little issues over here. But the story that the way everything played out, I like the ones that got married. AD and Clay hurt me. A lot of the other ones did hurt me, and I wish that they really would have matched with who they were supposed to match with. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't happen because then we probably would have seen something a little different. And a lot of the, messaging from the side type stuff, that was, not tasteful, but I guess women have to go for what they're trying to go for, I guess. And step on other women's toes. I have to clean my contacts, you guys.
They do that. There are plenty of them that have no problem doing that, baby.
None. That is too cute. Just my 5.
So it'll go kind of like this.
That is cute.
Okay.
Look, my hands look like just my 5.
Okay, so I didn't really get. It was more of this. Like that's why I was rubbing paint off of from right here.
Oh, yeah. See, I got my thumb in my shirt, but I got it on my shirt.
Paint, yeah.
Well, see, my crazy ass was looking at my hand.
I did pretty good today.
Yeah, my crazy ass was looking at my hand, and I saw something, so I finished it.
What did you see that you had to finish on your hand?
I don't know. It was abstract. I saw it.
Something.
I have no clue what I'm going to draw next, but I think the next time we do go, I'm going to finish up my first picture in front of you guys so it can be complete. Because let me tell y'all, what's going in my head right now is what my mother used to say to me, and it's a jack of all trades, a queen of none. And so I'm feeling like I didn't finish this picture and I have to successfully finish this entire picture. And then I'll be happy. Yeah. So I'm going to do that for our next time. If anybody else wants to add into it or join in, feel free to do so. This is not just for us. We were just doing this to bring different type of content. We're going in a positive direction. I've said that numerous times. Not everything has to be a negative situation. And I don't bother having less numbers when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? The greater you are and the more positive you get, the smaller that circle becomes. So, yeah. That's fine. And thank you so much for everyone that did show up. Look for the cooking show. Look for Woo and JustMy5 to burn an extra hole through their behinds from this ghost pepper. Am I saying it right? JustMy5? There we go. Hold on. Let me thank you. Because you put it up early and I was doing my painting and stuff. So from the ghost pepper Campbell's soup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's going to be amazing. Yeah, I did. That's because of the viral video. It just kept going. Well, so we ended up getting up to 14, which was a shocker. So salute to everyone that showed me love and shared my video. So yeah, that ghost pepper soup. That's. I'm nervous for you guys. And when exactly are you trying to do it? Like, when is Demetra going to have hers together so I can come up? I can get the pictures. I did get paint
now
on my nails.
that. I was thinking sometime within a week or two, give everybody a chance to get the soup, get ready, get prepared.
Okay.
Hype themselves up.
We can do that. I'm nervous. I'm nervous for every single one of you that are going to try this, because I know for a fact what the noodles is like, and I know for a fact what the hot chip is like. And bless your heart, that's ghost pepper.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even try the ghost pepper alone. And you said that you guys cannot drink anything for 10 minutes, or we just gonna go and see who can make it the longest up to that 10 minutes, if not the whole 10.
The peppers that came back from the dead to haunt
10 minutes.
To eat.
10 minutes. But wait a minute. See, I'm a bitch that put Scotch bonnet peppers on her sandwich. So you know.
The hell is a Scotch bonnet pepper?
Oh my god. It sounds hot. It's fine.
But it's
okay. So I guess we're gonna have to work on a time limit for you guys to eat it, or you just gonna let you eat it at your own pace. It just can't exceed a certain pace.
No, you got 5 minutes to eat. 5 minutes to eat.
You gotta eat the whole
5 minutes is up. The whole thing. After that 5 minutes is up, you got 10 minutes where you can't drink nothing.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So we'll put the rules down in the community tab. Woo, if you could send me a picture, just send me a different picture of you. And then I need to get a pictures. If you can contact the other people that are going to be in it and get pictures from them as well. Of course, I don't care if anybody streams. This is good content. It's positive. Share it. That's what I want you to do. And salute to those two that will be catching this show and catching the replay. Thank you so much for stopping in. Anything you guys want to say? Any positive notes? Can I get this out myself real quick?
I'm in a much better mood than I was in earlier, so I want to say thank you for encouraging me to do this. It was very therapeutic.
I'm glad you came. Hey, Chanel.
In her throat today.
I'm glad you showed up. And yes, you did not need to punch anybody in the throat, but I just want to let y'all know I really just try to hold back from doing so much cursing, but I think I've been doing really good over here. Fuck Clay. I just want to let you know that if you watch Love is Blind, fuck Clay.
Oh my.
Okay? I don't care how good you look. He hurt my heart. You don't just wait until a woman gets to the aisle and then you say you don't right there. You should have told her before, or just don't show up.
Yeah. You don't wait till she puts on a wedding dress just to say, I think I still want to date you.
A wedding dress, walk down the aisle, stand in front of you. You give her this full spiel on how you have put the time in. You love her. All of this only to say, I don't.
You could have
maybe later. Maybe later one day.
Yeah. But what told me that they were still smashing was that when she was talking about, she did go and see Michael, or Matthew, whatever his name is. Matthew. She went to go see Matthew.
Oh, I didn't see that part where she said that.
Well, she kept I'll just say she kept looking to the right to, touch his
See
leg.
what
Like,
he's saying?
no offense to you. They're still
Okay.
dealing with each other.
What made me think that they might have been before, and I ain't even seen that part, was when she was talking stuff to Jeremy or Jimmy. She was saying something smart to somebody, and then she looked at Clay like to see if he was laughing. And I was like, no, he's busy acting like he don't know you.
They were so awkwardly, apart from each other. That little.
What it was giving me was that they might be doing whatever off camera, but he don't want nobody to think that that's what's happening.
Right. Also, it was giving Chelsea and what's his name, the dude that had his little mix up, that looked like a little G.I. Joe. Jimmy, Chelsea and Jimmy, it was given that they might possibly be still messing around, even though he said what he said and she said she's apologized, but he went to go put that hand on that leg and she went to go put her hand on top of his and was looking, and I said,
And see, I didn't think they
was going to catch that.
She doesn't strike me as the type that would have the gumption to be like, no, you can't have me if you're not going to marry. She don't.
And what he already said that we didn't talk about how, that argument where he was like, he didn't want any sex type deal. Like you basically, he said
you were the one that wanted to initiate sex all the time.
And that hurt her feelings too. Ooh, child.
It hurt my feelings too, though. I ain't never had nobody turn down no coochie before. That's weird.
Let's back this up. You got a man that said he don't want to have sex with the.
Yes, indeed. Well, he said that she initiated it. Basically, he wasn't saying he didn't want to, but he was telling her she was clingy, and that she initiated sex with him, which gave to me, like I had sex with you because you threw it at me, but I really didn't want to. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Wow.
Yep.
Remember that song, Bill?
What'd you say?
Remember that song, Bill?
Bill? What about the song?
I was ready for Mary or Jane or Jack or whatever the fuck. But all the time it was Bill who was sleeping with my man.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We have 3 hours, 1 minute, 57 seconds and counting, and JustMy5 done took me out with that song.
Look it up. It's called Bill.
I'm going to look it up. I sure am.
I'm not.
I'll tell you about this song. Look, she's not going
to know about Bill.
You need to know about Bill, so we can talk about Bill the next show. Was sleeping with Bill. And also, what I really want to talk about on our next show too, when we do this, I really want to have a conversation about Charles, your food is ready.
Oh, did you see that picture?
Did you see the temple booty?
You see them kibbles and bits hanging out?
No, child.
Ooh, Charles, your dinner is ready, Charles. Charles, come eat. Charles looked real happy in that video. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yes, he did. Yes, Charles did look very happy.
That picture I saw today, though, that took me out. I said, Lord.
You need to send that to me so we can have more to talk about when it comes to Charles. Because, child, I don't know. But thank you all for showing up. Thank you. I appreciate all the likes. I know you have your show. I don't know if when I end, all of y'all's ends too, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Last words for your people before I shut this bad boy down.
Good night.
Stay away from Plenty of Fish. Cause them bitches crazy.
Stay away from a stalker bitch.
Yes.
Then
that's
once you lose the stalker bitch, don't get back on Plenty of Fish.
Don't.
Amen.
Good night.
Might mess your location up. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to all wherever you may be, baby. Thank you so much for showing up to the stream. Peace. And fuck Clay.
Good night.